interim for the third time is a possibility.
Life after football. For a lot of players, it means going into punditry. Some turn to coaching or working in the game in other ways. But what about the rest? Some former footballers turn their sights away from the game, and there are a few big surprises. First up, from rainbow flicks to pancake flips. Ex-Chelsea and Southampton defender Ken Monku switched up his footballing career to buy a Dutch pancake house. He bought out the shop, which had been his favourite pancake spot as a child, and before long he was mixing the batter and getting behind the stove. Next, Everton legend Thomas Gravesen swapped out the high stakes of the Premier League for those of the poker room. He made over 150 appearances for the Toffees and won the Scottish Premier League with Celtic. Turned out the Danish international was pretty darn good at poker. He racked up a reported £100 million from his Las Vegas adventures. Remember former Chelsea goalkeeper Petr Cech? Turns out football nets weren't the only goals he was pretty handy in front of. After retirement, he became a goaltender in ice hockey. Same skills, very different surface. And he even won a Division 2 title with Guildford Phoenix. For ex-Liverpool centre-back Daniel Agger, it wasn't just fancy footwork that was in his blood. He was also pretty good with his hands. The Denmark international turned to tattoo artistry after he hung up his boots. He'd qualified as a skin artist while at Anfield, and he then became the co-owner of his own tattoo company as well. It's not all glamour for ex-pros, though. 1966 World Cup winner Ray Wilson set up a very different kind of business. He became an undertaker after he retired. Finally, not many people can say they've won both a World Cup and starred in an Oscar-winning film. In fact, there's only one person in the entire world who can say that. Frank Leboeuf, the former Chelsea defender, was part of the 1998 France squad who won the World Cup. He ended up marking Brazil's Ronaldo in the final and helped his side to a 3-0 win. But Leboeuf had already begun acting on the side while he was playing football, and his biggest role came some years after his retirement when he landed the part of a doctor in the Stephen Hawking biopic The Theory of Everything.
I embrace the career of acting, so I want to learn more. So seeing lots of movies is a part of my job.
To be honest, with all the dramatic diving in the game these days, there's probably tons of ex-pros who've got the acting skills to make it in Hollywood.
Oh, right. Oh, that's good. The music's correct. That's good. Must be Max.
Max isn't here.
Must be Max.
Got it right.
Has it gone quiet? It's gone quiet to me. I don't know where it's gone quiet.
Go on, turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up. Max isn't here. We can mess around.
I can't believe it's correct straight away.
Max isn't here. We can do what we want.
Where's Max
How
now?
good does that feel? Dance if you want to. Good afternoon. This is the award-winning, award-retired warm-up on Talksport. I'm Olly Clink, in for Max Rushton. They've got the game day music right because Max isn't here. And this is not just any warm-up, is it, Charlie Baker?
This is the double award-winning, award-retired warm-up, Ollie, on Saturday, the 14th of March, 2026. And at 12:30, it's Middlesbrough, Bristol City in the Championship. It's a Tottenham presented by Natalie Sawyer. Commentary from Adam Bridge. And good luck, Ollie. And former Scotland striker Chris Ualumo, the OB producer. Oh. It's Adam Bridge.
Bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down like a bridge.
Commit to the bit, Ollie.
Go get it.
And then at 13 o'clock, it's Game Day Live with Adrian. Don't forget about it. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
The best in the business. Yeah. Don't just say what I say. You have to say your own thing. Yeah. Hey, Adrian. Mickey Gray and Sean Derry. It's on Talksport. Adrian Durham, forget it, the best. With all the goals as they go in from the Premier League and the EFL, including Burnley, the Clarets versus Bournemouth, the Cherries, and Sunderland, the Black Cats versus Brighton, the Seagulls, Nota Baladze.
I'm just saying
Adrian is at Sunderland, Mickey is at Burnley, and Sean is at Millwall. At 15 o'clock, it's West Brom v Hull in the Championship. It's a Talksport.
Not on UK TV.
It is not on UK TV. It is not on UK TV. Presented by Go Get It. Presented by Natalie Sawyer. Commentary from Ian, the Duke of Knutsford Dancer, and former Arsenal winger Perry, the Labrat, Groves, the OB producer. It's Ian Dancer.
Crazy nights.
Woo! Woo!
Crazy nights.
Go get it! And then at 20 o'clock, it's West Ham versus Manchester City in the Premier League. It's a Talksport is closer. Presented by Reshman Chowdhury. Commentary from Big Joe Shannon and former England striker Dean Splashton Ashton, the OB producer.
Maniac Minter.
Go get it! And then at 22:15, it's Jazza Dickens versus Anthony Karache for the WBA World Super Featherweight title live on Talksport and the Talksport Boxing YouTube channel. Presented by Adam, the Catman Catterall, and Gareth A. Davies, the OB producer. It's Ed Huntley!
Where's your red at? Where's your red at? Where's your red at?
Come on, Ollie. Go
Where's
get
your
it.
Red at?
It's Big Ticket Live, Championship,
Hi.
Premier League, and boxing action you can't afford to miss. There we are.
Oh my word!
There we are.
That was
What was
amazing.
going wrong then was that it was just, my headphones were all over the place.
Me too. Yeah.
Just dropping in and out all the time.
Yeah.
So
There
you
was a lot
can't
of
hear
fiddling
yourself.
going on.
There's a lot of fiddling. Look like I'm fiddling with.
And your headphones are full.
Ollie's off. Hey,
we go,
good
yeah.
news. Gaz, the Wolves fan from Telford, knee slides as Izzy Minter returns for the Minter Maniacs. They go absolutely wild, absolute scenes. Yes, of course. P.S. Great rendition of Bridge Over Troubled Water by Clink.
Thank you so much. And I just want to say, because I committed to it. What I didn't do before the show started was fully commit to the Shaban impression.
No, that was bad.
And do you know what?
I thought you were doing Alan.
But during the
Hi.
during
Morning, hi.
Morning.
Hello.
What were you saying about Alan? You have to get.
You've got there's two impressions with Alan, which someone pointed out to me this week. I can't do impressions. I can do a smoke alarm. That's all I can do.
Go on.
Right, that's all I can do. Losing its battery, right? With Alan, though, you got Manning, you got that one, Manning. And then he's also got another one, which is hi. Hello.
Yeah. And they're complete. Imagine if he swapped them around as well.
Different people.
Manning.
It's like with Tommy Cooper. You go, ha, ha, ha. You get the low thing.
I thought you didn't do it. Oh, you did.
I don't know. Yeah. And then you also get the high one as well. Anyway, complete turnaround. Best intro I've heard in weeks. Stick Max on the bench. Ollie in. Wowee.
Wow. What?
That's from Charlie. That isn't from me. Yeah. I miss Max. But
Did you text that in?
You are a good enough replacement, Ollie.
Good enough.
Yeah, look, you're hosting the show. Go for it. Big share. Go for it. Come on. Tell us what's happening in the show.
Well, do you know what? You need to tell me about Cheltenham, Charlie.
Oh, yeah. That'll I mean, I've been talking about it all week, to be honest.
Yeah,
you know?
well, yeah,
it
but not
stinks.
To me. Yeah.
It absolutely stinks.
Really?
I'm not saying that the event stinks, because I'm very happy to be at Cheltenham for 4 days, and obviously very lucky, very privileged to be there, Clinky.
Yeah.
But wow, it stinks.
Really? Stinks of what?
It stinks of horses, obviously. Mm-hmm. They don't really stink, but it stinks of people. That's what it stinks. The Guinness tent. Oh,
really?
Reeks.
I saw you. You did a dramatic walkthrough.
Yeah.
On your Instagram.
I did. Yeah. Thanks for plugging my Instagram, Molly. Max never plugs my Insta. That's good.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Stick him on the bench, mate. I would. At Charlie Baker Comedian.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Can I get a shout out for 12-month-old James, out of hospital, and he loves your show for some reason? Well, you've given with one hand and taken with the other. Why would you give a shout out to 12-month-old James there? He won't understand anyway. 12-month-old.
No, he's 12 months.
Grow up. Well, grow up, James.
He might have liked the smoke alarm bit.
He would have enjoyed that.
I think he enjoyed that. Yeah.
Does Gary says, is it me or does Ollie sound strangely like Max?
In some ways, yeah.
Oh wow, he's got. You can do it.
Well, is that a good Max? Yeah, plenty coming up for you a bit later on the warm up.
Okay, it's good.
03717. Thanks, Charlie. 037172233.
It's a little bit great. Really nice.
That's
jazz. Where's Max? Someone saying, "Where's Max?"
Yeah, that guy's angry.
When I sat in for what happens on the text board is that, isn't it, Ollie?
Yeah.
You must get this all the time. When I sat in the other week for Steve Denyer on the Virgin Radio Early Breakfast
Brilliant,
show.
Steve.
He's brilliant. Lovely Steve. Lovely man. Sat in for me. And first text was, "Where's Steve?" Mm-hmm. Second text was, "Play some reggae." In capitals. Now, I've never heard any reggae on Virgin Radio.
No, not quite the station.
I've been doing nearly a year on Virgin Radio. Never heard any reggae. So I don't know who they thought they were texting.
Do you think they thought, Steve's off, it's reggae day? And they heard you and they're like, it's like a substitute teacher.
Unless Steve at 5:30 in the morning regularly plays a bit of reggae, just sneaks some in there.
Yeah.
You know, but there we are.
Charlie and Ollie, what a breath of fresh air.
Wow.
Sunshine out, glorious day, boys.
I see you read the nice ones out, Ollie. That's good.
And below
that's
that,
from John at Deb's Ironing Shop in Wakefield, which is the best ironing shop in Wakefield.
It is.
It is part sponsor of the birthday spread as well, so do visit.
I will. No, absolutely.
Oh, good.
So the Guinness tent. Too stinky.
Well, the Guinness tent smells. It's outside as well, a lot of it, and it just smells of Guinness farts. You can't get past it.
And they're all coming from you. That's the problem.
That's what it smells of. So if you want sort of like a Proustian rush of being at Cheltenham, just go and hang around in.
Oh no, I will.
Near a pub on a Sunday afternoon, basically.
Mother's Day tomorrow, by the way, Charlie.
Yes, it is. Well, yes, of course.
Yeah. You don't seem confident with that answer. There's something about that which makes me think you're not sorted.
No, you don't think I'm sorted?
No.
That's because we talked about it before the show. And I've done a card. I feel like I should have sent. She'll be listening. Should have sent some flowers. I've not.
Oh, dear.
You sent some flowers, Ollie?
Oh, yeah, don't worry.
But look, not everyone likes it. 'Cause not everyone's got a mum, Ollie. So I think that's a bit disrespectful of you.
Fair enough.
And a bit insensitive.
I apologise. Absolutely right. We are doing plenty of games today. We're actually doing a new game as well. For I think for seasoned listeners, they'll know that.
How tall are they today? Well, there is a how tall are they today, but it's not a proper league match.
I'm playing.
You're playing. It's like an exhibition.
Do you know what it is? It's a testimonial.
Because it's too dangerous to play with normals.
Yeah.
So,
serial quarter-finalist me.
But do we need a caller for that?
We do need a caller for that. Do you want me to do it as Max? Do the plug for calls as Max?
Ollie, it's your show.
Okay.
It's your show. I don't want you to do any more Max. It's you.
03717 223344. If you want to take on me at How Tall Are They a bit later. And I'm looking forward to it.
It's a How Tall Are They Cheltenham special as well.
Cheltenham
So
special.
I will do some How Tall Are They stuff like that.
There we go. Okay, well, plenty to come, of course, on the warm-up here on Talksport. We're going to be getting into the Premier League games, some big ones later on. I'm going to be at the Emirates later, Charlie, actually.
Oh, that's nice.
For Arsenal against Everton double.
Are you comms or co-coms, Ollie?
I am...
Your updates.
Into O'Hara and Cundy.
Oh, wow. So they'll go.
They'll be kicking off.
And Ollie Clink's at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Ollie.
O'Hara might walk
Has
out.
anybody seen Ollie Clink?
No, I've been in a couple of those, by the way. He usually,
Have you?
When
So you
Newcastle lose,
Oh, yeah.
I'm in between the Angel of the North and Alan Shearer.
Oh, that's
every
nice.
time, which is quite a nice.
It's like if you were playing up front, is that where you'd play in the hole?
in the hole, yeah.
In the hole between Alan and...
And the Angel of the North, yeah. Anyway, plenty to come. We're going to be playing that brand new game a bit later as well, Clinkity Clink. Looking forward to that. And we'll chat a bit of Six Nations later on as well. This is Talksport.
Morning, guys.
Jermain.
Morning, Gav.
Jay,
Morning,
good
boss.
morning.
Morning, boss. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. All good.
Why are you not here, Jermain? I thought you would be with us today in the box, smelling amazing.
I might have to come down, actually. Looks like it's going to be fun. Nice day for it.
Yeah, great day.
Jump on the headache up day, you'll be fine, mate.
He's not a racing man, I don't think, is he?
Oh, fair
I'm
enough.
not. The boss knows I'm not really, and he's getting involved in it, though.
Yeah.
Saying all the right
He's
things.
well behaved. Didn't come on a Tuesday when he was in on the Wednesday.
No.
Yeah, he was definitely there on a Tuesday.
We're the lads here. All got the helicopter here, didn't they?
Did
at
they?
Tottenham, yeah. Yeah.
That was Rob.
Jermain,
that
it's
was
good
Robbie
to
that
have
saw
you
that.
on with this. Let's get your thoughts now on your former club. Shall we start with Spurs? It's a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's been a hard watch all season. To be honest, I think especially the other night I watched the game and yeah, it was just I think the manager's come in and he's in, especially in that game he's decided to start a young goalkeeper in Kingsley, and I think I was surprised when he took him off. To be honest, I think when you have a young goalkeeper and you make that decision in such a game of that magnitude to start him, I think you've got to stay with him. I think what a young goalkeeper can gain from that sort of experience, even though it weren't going well when he made the two big mistakes. But I think you've got to stay with him. And the fact that the manager decided to take him off and not really acknowledge him when he come off, it's I just think that human side, I think you've got to manage.
Hello and welcome to Talksport Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football. Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Good afternoon, this is the warm-up on Talksport with me, Olly, Clink, in for the irreplaceable Max Rushton.
10:20, Ollie.
Charlie Baker.
It's 10:20.
There's
Just say good afternoon. It's 10:20.
Yeah. That's why I said
good morning, everybody.
That's why I said irreplaceable. There's a text here saying, is this the public school version of Max?
And Max is the public school version of
Which
Max.
worries me. It worries me.
I like this one that says, honestly, Charlie, no one is fooled by your AI-generated twin, Ollie, a younger, better-looking version of you with Max's voice. Who comes up with this stuff? That's from Grant. Ollie is a very handsome man.
Well, only recently. My hair's grown back.
Well,
hair's grown back.
You're handsome anyway.
Thanks, mate.
Your hair doesn't make you, Ollie.
Oh, thanks, mate.
What's inside? The sparkle in your eyes.
Oh,
the kindness
so
you exude.
That's so kind.
That's the most important thing. No one cares about your hair.
Oh, that's so kind, especially on radio, because they usually can't.
Couldn't care less, mate.
That's very true.
Wasted your money.
Completely wasted it. Anyway, we are going to look ahead to some of the Premier League games today with this man.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more.
You chose this.
Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back.
Why, you got a problem?
No, I tell you, it's very good. Very good. I can't hear anything in these headphones, so it's anyway. There we go. Fix them.
Keep fiddling. Just keep fiddling. Jack Cunningham joins us, Talksport journalist and big Newcastle fan, co-host on Inside the Toon on the Talksport YouTube channel. The host is awful. Doesn't even have a Geordie accent.
Oh, is it you?
Yeah, sounds like a public school version.
You've got one of your mates on. That's
got
good.
my mate on.
Great hair, though, the host, I've heard.
Yeah, amazing hair.
Yeah, good. Hello, Jack.
Hello, how are you doing? Well, good afternoon, apparently.
Yeah.
So...
Good afternoon. Yeah, thanks. You can tell him as well. I don't want to feel like I'm being horrible to him, but, 10:20 is too early for good afternoon. Someone's got to call him out.
We're not even close.
I know, not even close.
We're not even close.
Anyway,
He's done it, man.
Yeah, plenty of games coming up later this morning. Jack, should we start with Newcastle United? They go away to Chelsea. We both know as Newcastle fans that the record there, Jack, is absolutely abysmal. I mean, horrendous. I don't think they've won in the league there since Papi Cisse scored those unbelievable goals. Do you remember them?
Yeah, great.
So how are you feeling heading into this one, Jack? Because there's some big games on the horizon as well.
There is. I don't really care about this game, to be really honest.
Wow.
It's
Thanks
all
for joining
about,
us, Jack.
It's all about Barcelona. It's all about Barcelona on Wednesday. It really is. That is what our season is coming down to be honest. The Champions League. That's what we're still in. That's what we're still fighting for. If you do get past Barcelona, you're suddenly down into the last 8. We're on the kinder side of the draw in many ways. And there's an opportunity opens up there. I don't know what would happen, but it does open up. Now, this game, for me, I would rotate quite heavily. We need to go there and play sort of a similar team that started the game on Tuesday night at St James's Park, full of pace, full of aggression, full of intensity. So today I'd maybe rotate. I think Chelsea will rotate as well, simply because although they're 3 goals down against PSG, they created a lot of opportunities in that match, and they'll probably feel that they can still actually turn the tie around. So I think both teams will rotate quite heavily for the games they've got coming up. And yeah, I mean, it's one of those where most of the time you'd be really annoyed, but today I'm not going to be too annoyed if we do lose. There's still other games in the Premier League as well for us to pick up points. It's still very congested, but it is all about Wednesday.
Jack, what's gone wrong? What's gone wrong for Newcastle? I think I know what's gone wrong. They sold Isak in the summer, but they've been moaning about that all season. They haven't seemed to be able to get their act together all season, and it's March. We're nearly done.
Yeah, look, there's been a lot of issues. There's been issues off the field and on the field. But if we deal with the actual on-the-pitch issues, I think that Eddie Howe's not been able to get the best out of Nick Waldemar is a really key example. We've signed a £69 million forward who's very different to Alexander Isak and asked him to play the Alexander Isak role of kind of be up front on your own and will create chances for you. But actually, he wants to get involved in the build-up play all of the time, and he needs people around him. It's how Stuttgart played him. It's how Germany play him as well. And that's why he looks increasingly isolated in games. He looks a bit lost. We've had him on the left-hand side of midfield lately. Yeah. It's absolutely, it just looks ridiculous, in truth. He played as a 10 in one game against Aston Villa, and he was brilliant in that match in the FA Cup. And then for some reason, someone questioned how on it I'm playing as a 10, and then how went, oh no, he was part of the midfield, and then he's actually moved him further back. So
I think he's got Everton written all over. Just think I think Voltemada's got Everton written all over him. He's the perfect Everton player. They'll definitely Moyes will be licking his lips at him, he looks Scouse, so he'd fit in.
He might look Scouse, but he is not an Everton player. He is not an Everton. Like Moyes has done this with big strikers before, Skamaka and Haller, and like misprofiled that maybe misprofiling Waldemar as well, because he's 6'6" and he can't head the ball. But that's fine. He's got numerous other qualities. It doesn't matter, and we haven't been able to get the best out of him. It's been extremely annoying for me, especially. But I think that there's also been plenty of other issues as well, where the defensive structure looks a bit off, and there's a few players who we've relied on for years who have then not delivered this season, and it's a season too far for a lot of them. And Nick Pope springs to mind, probably Jacob Murphy, and maybe Kieran Trippier as well.
Talking of Voltemada's potential new club, Everton, they go to the Emirates today. I'll be down there for Talksport a bit later on. Jack, when you look at this game, does it seem actually a bit trickier than it might do for some Arsenal fans, just because Everton have really good away form? They come into this on the back of 2 decent wins. They've got European ambitions of their own. It just might be I think one of those slightly uncomfortable afternoons for Arsenal.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think Arsenal will see this as a big opportunity. I mean, they got 10 points clear before Manchester City play. I think the other times Manchester City have been playing before them, so the pressure's always been on Arsenal afterwards, and they've delivered in most of the games. But this time it's an opportunity to go 10 points clear. They will, I think everyone who turns up at the Emirates will expect to win. And actually, you've got to look at Everton's away form and how good Everton are on the road compared to how they're playing at home. They're struggling in front of their own fans, but away, they're really well set up. It's kind of Moyes' perfect system where you've got a really solid back four, the midfield work really hard, but then there's some really creative, talented players in the side as well, and pace in the side as well. And I think it'd be really tough. And I wouldn't be surprised if Everton take something from the game, because they they can deal with all of Arsenal's set pieces really well. They'll make the game hard, and also they are fresher than Arsenal. You know, Arsenal have just played in Germany against Wednesday. Mikel Arteta keeps playing the same 11 over and over again. I mean, Jurrien Timber looks absolutely dead on his feet, but he keeps playing all the time anyway. Zubimendi, another one who's playing every single minute of every single game as well. So I think Everton have got a chance of getting something, which would then set it up intriguingly for West Ham v Man City on Talksport later.
I've got an interesting stat about this game, Charlie.
We'll be the judge of that. Go on.
Well, Arsenal have scored more set-piece goals than any other side in the Premier League. That's not the end of the stat.
That feels...
I was going to say that. We all know that.
Imagine if I stopped there.
As a stat, that is about as route one as an Arsenal goal.
Set-piece FC, Olé.
Olé.
But Everton have conceded the fewest goals from set-piece situations.
Oh, that's as good as it.
They're going to have to find another route to go.
A lot of respect needs to go.
Well, that's stat back to what I just said, so nice one.
A lot of respect needs to go on David Moyes' name.
Oh, massively.
You look at Man United, they should have just stuck. they should have stuck to whenever it was, 10, 11, was it 10?
It's 2013.
Yeah, so 13 years ago.
Yeah.
They got the right guy.
The chosen one.
They just needed to give him the time. The
standards were just so high.
The standards were so high. I get why it was. I mean, it's a long time ago, but a really, really good manager. He's come in. He's not just shored up Everton. He's pushed them on. He's made them a positive force. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets them into Europe in one way or another.
Yeah, it's so tight down there as well. Talking of David Moyes' former club West Ham are in a bit of bother take on Manchester City at 8 o'clock. It is live on Talksport. How are you looking at this one, Jack? Because Pep Guardiola has said that if they lose this, that's the title race over.
Yeah, well, he's piling the pressure on his own team there, and actually they come off after the back of 2 pretty poor results. I mean, the Champions League, I wasn't expecting them to go Real Madrid and get absolutely slapped up 3-0, but they did. West Ham, without Somerville, I think, which seemed a bit of a strange decision to keep him on during that FA Cup game when he clearly wasn't right, but they kept him on. He's had a scan, and I think he's going to miss until after the international break. Now, he's been absolutely brilliant since he scored against Spurs, actually, when they beat Tottenham.
Since he was linked to Spurs.
The Spurs are link. It's like, right, I need to do anything I can.
I do not want to
end up there. Right, I'm gonna lock in for the rest of the season. He's been so good, Somerville, and they will miss him. But what I'm seeing from West Ham though is Nuno's found a team in terms of the back four. He's found a solid back four. He's found the goalkeeper he likes. He's just found an 11 that seems to fit exactly what he wants, and they're delivering for him. And I'll tell you what they are doing. They're fighting every single game, and this won't be easy for Manchester City at all. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if West Ham do get something from the match, which then piles the pressure on Spurs tomorrow against Liverpool, who, let's be honest, I think Tottenham are showing signs of, like, they have just given up. Like, the players have just absolutely given up. They are turning up every game. They're going through the motions. A lot of them probably feel like they're going to move on in the summer no matter what happens to Tottenham. But West Ham and Forest and Wolves are actually showing a lot of fight. And I think that's why, with still a lot of games to go, there's going to be some twists and turns in this relegation battle. But if I was a Tottenham fan, I'd be extremely worried because I'm saying nothing. I'm not seeing those signs from them. There's no encouraging signs. We're just saying. I'm just saying them from West Ham instead.
Are you staying up? Jack, have a great rest of your afternoon into the morning.
You too.
Thank you so much for your time. Jack Cunningham there. This is the warm-up here on TalkSport with Travis Perkins. For the latest big trade deals, head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Right up next, we're going to be putting our focus on Chelsea ahead of that game against Newcastle.
Just so typical.
That's so nonsensical.
PSG 3, Chelsea 2, and goodness me, boys, you've shot yourselves in the foot.
What is that? What is that?
I said it. We said it. You bring in a keeper because he's good with his feet. But really and truly, is he that good with his feet? What's this shambolic goal?
Reece James plays the ball back to Jorgensen, who tries to play out from the back, and he gets intercepted. It falls to a PSG player. And by the way, as well, when he gets worked to Vitinha, the goalkeeper's off his line. And that is some dinked finish, isn't it? But once again there, Kwaku, he's taking way too much time. And my goodness me, in a game of football where you're level at 2-2, possibly looking the better team, in a game of this magnitude, at this level, mistakes like that, Louis, are just completely unacceptable.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is why when people talk about keepers playing with the ball at their feet all the time and how it's a massive priority, yes, I appreciate the game is changing, but the priority for a goalkeeper is saving it.
There's also moments as well. I don't think they're clearly there. You had a PSG player coming from the left-hand side.
It's illogical.
You could see ahead as well someone's being pressed. I'm with you. Playing out from the back is a part of football, but if you can see there's pressure on, there has to be a moment where you don't play out from the back and you just go long.
But this is the problem. There's a consistent need to always play out the back, always play out, always play out. Just this another problem with this Chelsea team, but also not just this Chelsea team. A lot of teams now, because there is so much pressure on playing out from the back, they make silly decisions like that all the time, and we're giving the ball away again.
I can't get over the smoke alarm impression.
Right, leave it. No, Ollie, because if people want to see it, they have to come and see me live on tour. Go get it from September to May.
I'm looking forward to it.
Selling tickets.
Can I get a free one? Or?
No refunds either. No refunds.
This is the warm-up here on Talksport with me, Olly Clink, alongside Charlie Baker, at Charlie Baker Comedian.
Oh, wow,
on
that's nice.
Instagram. Yeah, can I get a free ticket now?
No, let's go. Come on, let's get into the football.
Right.
Stop messing around. It's a serious football show. You seem to have turned up thinking it's just like stupid games and that.
Well, Max isn't here, so we can mess around.
No, we can't.
No,
Serious
when Max is here, there's no messing around. Ever.
No messing around. No messing around.
I just thought
he's
we
an
could chill
Australian,
out a
normally,
bit.
so it's you know. There we are.
Let's look ahead to Chelsea against Newcastle, 5:30 kickoff a bit later. David Chidgey joins us from the Chelsea Fancast on the Talksport Fan Network. David, how you doing?
David?
Good morning, both. How are we?
Yeah, good, thanks, David. Yeah,
really good, thanks, David. I want to start with the final 16 minutes or so at the Parc de France.
A lot, wasn't it?
I mean, what on earth happened there?
Get it launched.
I mean, it was just an unbelievable act of self-destruction because we were in the game for 70 minutes. I thought we could have got a result, maybe a win, certainly a draw. And then this infernal playing out from the back.
It's like Andy Jacobs. It's like I've been with Andy Jacobs a week. I don't need this, Dave.
No, sorry, Charlie. It's infectious.
Oh, God, what's the point?
What's the point? What a waste of ink.
Sorry, carry on, David.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's maddening because it's happening so many times. And, you know, we, as in the supporters, seem to think that it's a diktat coming down from on high that we have to play this way. And I mean, I've got no problem with playing out the back, but if you haven't got the players to do it, it just makes no sense. And I'm quite pragmatic. I'd rather they didn't take the risks and didn't give up stupid goals like that, because undoubtedly it changed the game, even though we did score an offside goal afterwards. So, you know, we were still creating chances, but it just does your head in. It really does.
Well, I'm a Liam fan because he's played for Torquay, and I really want him to do really well. And his dad was a Torquay manager, and I'm a big fan of the family. But I think with younger coaches, obviously he's experienced. He's done some good work at Strasbourg and Hull. With younger coaches, I feel like this playing out from the back way is the norm. I feel like this is because they've grown up on the Pep Guardiola style. So all the kids played it and all the players played it, and now we're just going to get a group of coaches who come through post being pro footballers that they've always played that. So that's how they know how to play football. So this might just be the new way, David.
Yeah, let's go back to Charlie Hughes and lump it up to the big number 9, eh? I mean, look, as I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with playing out from the back per se, but you know, I think what Jorgensen was doing, he was playing the ball vertically to a midfielder coming in. And, of course, PSG are one of the most effective pressing sides in the world. So it's just a huge... Owen Hargreaves was really good on the telly talking about it. He said, well, why didn't he just go wide? Why didn't he go to the full-back, you know? So I don't think it's playing out from the back is you know, the demon seed. It's just that you've got to be clever about it and actually play it as you see it. And I get the feeling that a lot of players are overcoached these days, and they're too busy thinking about what the coach has told them to do, rather than just playing as you see it.
The goalkeeper situation at Chelsea, that is their weak link, isn't it, Ollie?
Well, I was going to... who do you expect to actually start in goal today, David? Because obviously he brought Jorgensen in for the Arsenal game.
They've only got 8.
Yeah. Then Sanchez plays against Wrexham, and then Jorgensen comes in for the PSG game, has a howler, really, in that last 15 minutes. And actually that brought on the collapse. Yeah. So who do you expect to start in goal today? Do you think Sanchez might get called up again?
Well, I think so. And I mean, I don't know how you can play Jorgensen after that, because, I mean, after the game, he wanted to get straight off the pitch rather than going to the away fans. So, you know, I would imagine he's taken it quite hard and his confidence may well have dropped. It's a really difficult decision because I think Sanchez has actually proved this year that he's actually a pretty decent goalkeeper. It's just that he's not a very good footballer. I think he's a better shot stopper goalkeeper than Jorgensen. I would pick him, but you know, then you think about, well, what will that do to Jorgensen if he's dropped, and then his confidence? I mean, the reality is we don't have, you know, the quality of goalkeeper at the club that we really need to be pushing for titles.
Yeah, have you thought of Kinski from Spurs? Maybe bring him.
Is he available, Charlie?
I don't know if he's available.
Might be.
What's the ceiling for Chelsea this season, Dave?
Well, I don't think it'll be the Champions League, Charlie, that's for sure, because I think that's too much of a mountain to overcome on Tuesday, although PSG are get-attable. We absolutely have to finish in the top four and get Champions League football. I mean, a club of Chelsea stature needs to be playing in it, but I think financially the club really need to be in it. And of course, hopefully it either retains players or helps you to get decent players. I'd like them to take a tilt at the FA Cup, which I think is obviously the most realistic trophy we can win.
Yeah.
But look at the sides that are left in it. You still got Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City. That won't be easy, but I would say that's our most realistic chance. And I'd be delighted if we just won the FA Cup this season because we love winning trophies.
I think that would do a lot of favours for Rosenior as well, winning that FA Cup, and it might, at least win some fans round, like you say.
He's
there.
won loads of games. I don't know what. I know there's been a few.
He's had, you're right. He's had really impressive wins as well. Even the Villa one we could talk about. Going to Villa Park and thumping them 4-1. But then those moments in those big games, like the one against PSG, I think it's the standards are so high.
That only comes with experience, doesn't it? In those big games. If you've never been in those big games.
But I guess, Dave, the point is, can you learn on the job at Chelsea? And that's the issue for him, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I actually like Liam Rosenior. I think he comes across very, very well, and I think there's a good coach in there. But the reality is, should Liam Rosenior be managing a club like Chelsea? And I think if you look at it, clinically, then the answer to that is probably no. But he's there. He's our manager. So clearly, you support and back him. And as I said, I think he's likeable, but it's very annoying as a supporter of a club like Chelsea that we keep getting interns who are learning on the job. And it's not just the manager, it's the sporting directors, it's half of the players, and this is the problem that we have.
I'm a Newcastle fan, David. Our record at Stamford Bridge is absolutely atrocious. Do you have any fears about today, though, given the performance in midweek? Can you give me a bit of confidence about today?
Yes, a little bit, Ollie, just because I'm feeling magnanimous this morning. But you're right. Your record at Stamford Bridge is unbelievably awful. I think the last time you won was in 2012. I was there, actually, and I was right behind that Papa Cisse goal, which was just unbelievable.
Did you applaud it, David? Did you?
I had my hand in my mouth thinking, I can't believe what I've just seen. So I doubt it. That's the answer to that.
That's enough for me.
I might have been saying something rather choice. I suspect that's probably what happened. But, I mean, look, I hope that Chelsea or Rosenior picks a strong team tomorrow because I think the priority really is to get a win over Newcastle because I don't think we're going to get through against PSG. And, of course, this is the issue with Chelsea. We do rotate a lot. Our squad depth is not half as strong as people think it is. So if you make a lot of changes, it can really affect the performance. So if he makes a lot of changes, I give Newcastle a fair chance. I really do. But you've got, Gomeres is out, isn't he? And he's a massive miss for you. So, put it this way, I would expect Chelsea to beat Newcastle at home because the record just speaks for itself.
Yeah, and also Newcastle have their own changes to make, I think, with Barca in midweek. And then it's the derby after that.
Yeah.
Oh, my word. It's been an unbelievable March so far. David, thanks very much indeed.
Cheers, David.
Absolute pleasure.
Have a
Cheers,
good day,
guys.
mate. Bye-bye.
There we go. David Chidgey there from the Chelsea Fancast, which is on the Talksport Fan Network. This is the warm-up on Talksport with Travis Perkins. For the latest big trade deals, head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Next up, we're going to be playing a very special Cheltenham edition of How Tall Are They? If you want to play, 03717 223344.
Just a quick word on some of the other stuff that's been doing the rounds this week. Eddie Hearner's been making more noises, discussing the prospect of AJ. We don't even know when he's going to come back and start fighting again, taking on Tyson Fury. I mean, is this just sort of like, I don't know, barroom talk, or is there real feeling behind it? Is there some substance behind the prospect of them meeting finally?
I think there's a real thirst for it from everybody involved in being able to make that fight. I think we will be a lot further down the line, obviously, if Anthony hadn't suffered the tragedy that he suffered at the back end of last year. And that's the main thing, really, for me. Him getting his head in the right space to compete, competing for the right reasons, getting himself to a place of peace. I know that he's never, ever going to get over what happened to him, but if he can get to a place of peace where he can get back in the ring, he can compete, and if he does want to do that again, then I think the obvious turn would be Tyson Fury. I think it would be really, really sad for this era of boxing and this era of boxing fan, and for both of these guys, because I think they'll look back in years gone after their career that they should have done it. I hope that they can get to a point where they do it, because I still think that it is the biggest fight for two British lads stepping in a British ring. Fingers crossed it happens on British soil, that we can get.
Right, the final prediction before I let you go. Who sinks more pints of Guinness over the weekend? You in Dublin or Crookie this afternoon while he's watching the Gold Cup?
Oh, that's a killer, that. I think Crookie takes it all. I've been out with Crookie on a couple of occasions, mate, and he is a phenom, isn't he? He knows what he's doing when it comes to sinking pints.
Hello and welcome to Talksport Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat.
This is the warm-up here on Talksport with me, Olly Clink, in for Max Rushton, and alongside Charlie Baker, at Charlie Baker Comedian on Instagram. It is time.
Really plugging that, Ollie. It's great.
Oh, how many followers do you think you'll get by the end of the show?
I don't know. 2, 3.
Another 10. It's time for a How Tall Are They special. Looking forward to this.
It's not the league. It's too dangerous to play the league. Obviously, we can't play the league without Max either.
It's a testimonial for me, I think, here. Because I always go out in the quarterfinals.
Who did you get knocked out by?
It's always Adrian Clark. Always Adrian Clark. And he always comes back to beat me.
Hell of a player.
He's very good.
Go Adrian.
Adrian, I think the most, does the whole... Oh, yeah, I was actually talking to that guy the other week.
No, he does. Yeah. Yes, you're right. He does do
that a lot. But, you know, he's good at guessing heights.
Playing with the caller, aren't we?
We are playing with the caller, and his name is Matthew Holden, the Spurs fan.
Here comes his music. Gonna be Matthew Holden. Diddly diddly Holden. Diddly baddly Holden. Don't know the words, Matthew. I apologise, but there's your theme tune.
Sorry, I missed that.
Go for it, Matthew.
Go again, Matthew.
You said you don't know Beverly Holden. I said, you know Amanda Holden.
Amanda Holden,
I know Amanda Holden.
Yeah. Good judge on the
I don't know who Beverly Holden is.
Who's Beverly Holden? Who's Beverly Holden, Matthew?
talk with me, Ollie Clink, in for Max Rushton on my alongside Charlie Bates. Are you still there?
Oh, you've got the radio on. You might have to turn the radio on, I think, Matt. Off.
Yeah, I'm watching. I've got TV on at the same
Oh, you
time,
might have to
so
turn that down as well, because I just heard Ollie Clink introducing you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've got to put it on that.
Yeah,
so,
turn that down, Matthew, for goodness sake. I mean, it's lovely. You're listening to it and you're watching it, and now you're on it. You're having a full 4D Saturday game day warm-up.
Bruv, you said season callers, right, mate? Even White Noise, I listen to it 24/7.
Oh, I love that. 24/7. White Noise, that's your new podcast, isn't it?
I know my times a day, right, mate, by how many people are who's on the radio at the same time. Who's talking at the same time of day, whether it's Breakfast Show, White and Jordan, Drive, everybody else. But what I'm ringing for is, mate, because I'm going to beat you at how tall it is.
Oh, good luck, Ollie. Right, we're going to do a Cheltenham special. Let's play the music. Here it comes. Yeah, there it is. It's a Cheltenham special, but it's people I met at Cheltenham. Okay. That's it. I was around interviewing celebs this week, Matthew, and it's people I met this week at Cheltenham. So we're going to start off with, we'll start with you, Matthew Holden. Gemma Collins. How tall is Gemma Collins, the GC?
I don't know, Hun, but I reckon she's about 5'9".
5'9", you've gone for. Okay, Ollie Clink.
I think she might be 5'6".
She is 5'9". Holden, 1-0 up.
Oh!
What a start.
Here's Matthew Holden. Okay, here we go. Ollie Clink. Here we go. You're 1-0 down. How tall is Danny Dyer? Met Danny Dyer this week. Wouldn't give me an interview for various reasons.
Danny Dyer, I think he's
Wait a minute, Matthew. Wait a minute. You go second this time, Matthew. Have you never played the game before? Ollie Clink, this is why we're doing it.
I'm going to do an Adrian Clark. I've actually interviewed.
Okay, and how tall was he?
He was taller than me, for sure. So I'm going to go 6'2".
6'2". And go on, Danny Dyer. Danny Dyer, how tall is Danny Dyer, Matthew Holden?
I reckon he's 6'2 1/4" now. He's copying me.
He is 6 foot tall. It is 1-0 to Matthew Holden. Matthew Holden, how tall is Peter Crouch? He was in the Paddy Power Box, doing all sorts of things. Peter Crouch, 6'7". Ollie Clink.
Let's go 6'8". Go on, Crouchy.
He's 6'7". Having a stinker. Ollie stinks more like.
I'm having a Guinness tent.
He's having an absolute Guinness tent here.
This is a stinker.
Stinky
Matthew
Clink.
Holden's on fire.
He is, Matthew. He's very good at how tall are they. Okay, Ollie Clink first now, Matthew, okay? Ollie Clink, how tall is Martin Afire? Friend of mine. Was on House of Games with him. He was also in the green room this week, hosting a table. But how tall is Martin Afire? You need it, Clinky.
Really need it. 6'1".
You've gone for 6'1". Matthew Holden.
How tall is Martin Afire? Martin Afire is 6'3".
6 foot. He's not. He's 6'1". Yeah. Clinkity clink. Clinkity clink. Clinkity clink. Clinkity clink. Okay. So it's 2-1 to Matthew Holden. Matthew Holden. How tall is Mike Tyndall? Mike Tyndall.
Mike Tyndall. I reckon Mike Tyndall is 6'4".
6'4". Mike Tyndall. Ollie Clink. How tall is Mike Tyndall?
I think he's 6'2".
He's 6'2". It's 2-2.
Oh, come back. Holden is all over the shop.
Haven't done a tiebreaker. Hold on a second. Talk to Matthew Holden a minute.
Well, Matty, you're a Spurs fan, aren't you? How you feeling about old Igor Tudor and the absolute mess? I mean, what is going on?
Well, worst thing is, pal, my brother's an Arsenal fan, and at the same time, I turned it off at half-time, and I prefer to watch EastEnders and everything like that.
Yeah, exactly. Right, okay, I've got the tiebreaker. So,
is this still someone you met at Cheltenham?
Yeah, still someone I met at Cheltenham.
Is it one of the horses?
Matthew Holden, what hand is my ring in?
What hand is your ring in?
Yeah, I've got my... let's move on from it as a question, but just say...
It depends what ring you've got on you.
Yeah, go on. Which hand? Say a hand. Say a hand, right or left?
The ring is in no hand, but the ring's in your right hand.
It is in my right hand, Matthew, absolutely correct. So, do you want to go first or second?
I prefer to go second, mate. I like a chase.
Okay, we keep saying heights until someone gets it right. Ollie Clink. Phil Vickery, the England rugby player. Phil Vickery, I met him this week in the Jockey Club room. How tall is he?
6'4".
He's not 6'4". Matthew Holden.
I reckon he's 6'3" and a bit.
I can't give it
It's 6 for 3.
It's 6 for 3. Olly Clink wins. He wins. Olly Clink. Clinkity Clink. Clinkity Clink. Clinkity Clink. There it is.
Clinkity Clink. What an implosion from Matthew Holden. He's done a Spurs.
Holden,
he's genuinely done a Spurs.
Spursy. You had it in your hand, Matthew.
I was having it in my hands, but I'd like to give back me, mate.
That's true.
Thank you, mate.
Can I ask you a question now, guys? What's on?
If it's clean, yes, you can. Go for it.
Of course it's clean, mate. I've just watched it. How tall are you, Olly Clink?
He's trying to.
I think it's illegal.
Again.
I think it's illegal to ask that.
Yeah, it is.
And I've recently been diagnosed as 5'8", Matthew, and it's...
I'm 5'11", Matthew, 6 foot on the popular dating app Hinge.
Oh, there we are. Okay, shoes on and off. There we are. Matthew Holden. Before it goes downhill, let's leave him. Thank you, Matthew.
Matthew, keep your telly on for that white noise for the rest of the day. Thank you so much. That was the Cheltenham special How Tall Are They? In the next hour, we're going to do a full Premier League preview with Lars Sivertsen. We'll get into the Champions League. We're chatting about Six Nations as well. Final day today. Scotland could win it, Charlie. Scotland could win it. Absolutely incredible. So we'll get stuck into that. This is Talksport.
In the past 10 years, on only one occasion has a side been on fewer points than Arsenal at this stage of the season. Leicester City, 63 points at this stage. Arsenal leading the Premier League on 67. Liverpool were also on 67 in 23-24, and they went on and finished third that year. I mean, does the fact that they have got that 7-point gap right now over Manchester City give them a little bit more insulation? Because Leicester didn't have that, did they?
No, they didn't. It was. I mean, you can't compare those. You can't compare the seasons. That was just
crazy.
It was.
Yeah,
it was.
I still can't even believe that it happened now. Really,
I find it's fascinating how much stick Arsenal are getting for the style and the set plays and trying to compare previous winners.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it does.
It doesn't.
It obviously
matter
does.
To them.
It obviously does. Yeah, it doesn't to them, but it obviously does to so many people.
But that's just because people don't want Arsenal to win it. That's got nothing to do with the fact that they really care about the style.
Are we really looking across the other teams and going, "Wow, what a team"?
No, there's not.
Oh, they're so good to watch.
And going, no, I would prefer them to be.
No,
champions.
I would say the league as a whole this season has been
average.
Yes. Yeah, and you can see it's evolving. The stats will tell you it's evolving, especially in an athletic way for these teams. It's much more competitive than it's ever been before. It's not about how you do it; it's about whether you do it.
Monaco, Singapore, Las Vegas. What do they all have in common? Well, they're all F1 street circuits. 20 years ago, the sports only visited 3 a year. From 2026, there'll be 10, despite the actual racing often being worse. So why? Why are there so many street circuits? Cars racing past the Casino Monte Carlo is one of the iconic images in all of sport. But in the last few years, it's been joined in the Street Circuit Club by the dazzling Grand Prix on the Las Vegas Strip, in Miami, Azerbaijan and others. And there's no sign of the trend slowing down. The streets of Madrid have also gotten involved, and there are conversations about Grand Prix in the capitals of Thailand and Rwanda. But fitting them in means we said goodbye to classic circuits like Hockenheim and Imola, angering fans who are still packing out the European tracks like Spa, the Hungaroring and Monza. And these generally produce more wheel-to-wheel action than street circuits too. At Silverstone in 2025, there were a total of 26 on-track overtakes. At Monaco, 4. I'm an F1 enthusiast. Even I struggle with that. But it appears to be a good step. In 2025, there was a record 2.3 million strong viewership for the Monaco Grand Prix in the US alone. Meanwhile, for the British Grand Prix several weeks later, 1.5 million tuned in. So why are we seeing this drive towards street circuits? Well, no prizes for guessing. Money. Formula One demands a fee of between $20 and $60 million for the rights to even hold an event. In total, including sponsorships, it's believed officials in Saudi Arabia pay almost $100 million for their race. The huge fees are possible because of the street track's city centre locations, as people staying at hotels at inflated prices and tourist sites brimming with visitors mean the cities rake the cash back in when the race comes to town. So it makes financial sense for Formula One and the cities, but will it cost the sport in the long run if F1 races are too boring? After all, nothing beats the roar of an F1 car as it flies through the forests of Europe, or mechanics watching a storm coming across the humid Asian countryside. Take that away and, well, you may as well just watch American IndyCar.
Good morning, this is the warm-up here on Talksport with me, Olly Clink.
Sort of sing this bit.
Charlie la 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 la
You
la.
have to sing along to this bit.
Okay, go on. La la.
Carry on, you carry on.
GameDay. They should remix both. Oh,
You've added vocals, that's nice. Anyway, sorry, carry on, Ollie.
That's right. This is the warm-up here with me, Olly Clink, alongside Charlie Baker on Instagram, at Charlie Baker Comedian, if you haven't followed him yet. Have you had any follows yet?
Oh, I don't look.
Constant plugging.
I don't look at social media while I'm on air.
Oh, okay. I
don't do that, Ollie. Stop spreading that rumour. Can we get on with the serious football chat, please, Ollie?
Well, do you want to mess around a bit more?
Right, what do you want to do? You have to bring up the messing around.
It's time now to look ahead to today's action with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination football on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Lars, I don't know.
Lovely.
Nice, wasn't it, Lars?
It was. I have a question. Charlie Baker, in school, when there was a substitute teacher in, were you that pupil who always kind of caused trouble?
No, I was very respectful to substitute teachers.
Were you?
I think you could.
Yeah.
Because you could.
Not sure I got that
idea. I'm not a troublemaker, Lars. I'm
No.
very nice human being.
Absolutely not.
You definitely were.
I just like jolliness. I like being
Did
jolly.
You get sent out for talking a lot?
Oh yeah. But look, it's not about me. Let's talk about football, Lars.
Were
Serious-
you in school
I'm
with
more
Charlie
interested-
Baker? Please text
I'm
in
more
and let us know.
interested in the XG of today's games, Lars, and
Were
you're
you in
here
a class
to tell us that.
Well, listen. I'm going to do. I'm going to do my best to not go to let's look at the XF, Charlie.
Yeah, expected fun. Yeah.
Because it's listen, it's substitute teacher day. Come on, this is what we're all about. I think the XF could be pretty high today. There's a couple of games I'm really looking forward to, and the more I think about it, West Ham Man City is wonderfully set up, isn't it? I think that could be a
great game,
which is good because when there is a late game on the Saturday, you want that to be a good one to sort of justify watching it rather than doing anything else you might want to do on a Saturday night. But I just think West Ham are good. Like recently, West Ham have really got it together, and that didn't look like it was going to be the case.
No.
If you go, there's some real rumblings of whether they would have to, look back in like sort of late December, January. People were talking maybe they'd have to move on Nuno as well. Since that defeat to Forest on the 6th of January, they've only lost 2 games in a row in that stretch since there, and they've looked really rather tidy. So them coming up against the Manchester City team, who have had like the odd wobble recently, and who go into this knowing they've got that return leg against Real Madrid, who they probably fancy them. Like it's 3-0, but they know that on their day they can. That'll be on their mind. I think. I think this is interestingly set up, and I do wonder if Pep would decide to rotate a little bit. Is West Ham away a game you can rotate? I think this is really intriguing to me, I got to say.
Well, yeah, he said, hasn't he, that if they lose it, then that's the title race over. I think the shame for West Ham today, Lars, is no Somerville, because he's been so consistent. He's been so key, hasn't he, to their good form.
Yeah, he was. And I was watching the Liverpool game where they eventually lost 5-2, but they were so sharp in terms of like putting together counterattacks. I mean, they could have pivoted that in the other way as well. And he's really added something to them. Tati Castellanos, who they brought in up front, listen, I don't think he's probably not going to be a sort of 25 goal a season man, but he's a really hardworking character. He gets around the pitch, he connects people. It's good. They look very, very different, and it looks like Nuno. Like Nuno Espirito, he's very good at doing the thing he does, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the kind of manager he is. There may be some clubs that don't fancy that type of football, whatever. But to come in, get a team organized, make them dangerous on the counter, like he does that really, really well. And it looks like he's. I had West Ham as pretty doomed, I have to say, not that long ago. But you look at it now, and especially with Spurs being in the tailspin that they are, that I think they've got a really decent chance. And Listen, I would not be completely shocked if they got something out of this, to be honest, because because City, with other things on their mind, have had a couple of slightly iffy performances recently, like against Nottingham Forest. I think that's set up to be a really interesting one to follow tonight.
And revenge is a huge motivation, a huge motivator for people. And if Nuno's got that revenge in his mind on Spurs to show them he is a good manager, he can do the job, he will send them down, then that is a huge motivation in sport for him, Lars.
Yeah, nothing wrong about that. I mean, if you look at it, it's probably, as much as they've improved recently, Wolves are probably doomed, and Burnley likely to follow them with them. So West Ham are in a fight here against Spurs and Forest. And if you could pick some people out in the world of football upon whom Nuno would want to visit some revenge, sending either Spurs or Marinakis' Nottingham Forest down, I think that's pretty high on Nuno's Christmas wish list.
Yeah, and they've got the momentum, which is absolutely key, isn't it? Absolutely key.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go next? I mean, there's not a lot on the other games. Let's talk about Chelsea Newcastle, shall we?
Yeah, that is probably the one, because again, I'd be very surprised if Chelsea were able to overturn that first leg defeat against PSG. But they will probably also think, like, on our night, they probably don't think of themselves as being completely out of it, which again means, do you rotate here a little bit? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. And of course, Newcastle themselves have that tie against Barcelona at the back of their minds. And I think Newcastle are really in that, because I thought they were unlucky, actually, not to get a win at St. James's Park. And yes, going to Nou Camp is harder, the Camp Nou, but I just think that the pace they've got on the counter, Newcastle, they play with such a high line, Barcelona, and you saw a number of times in that game at St. James's Park in the week that Newcastle got in behind them, caused them trouble. I think Eddie Howe will just think there's something on for me here. So what do you do with the Chelsea game? I suspect this is one of those where I'd be very interested to see the lineups, like what kind of team we see from both teams there. Because, of course, what you got to add to the mix as well is that the battle for the Champions League places is getting really spicy. Like, Chelsea can't afford to drop any points there either. So that is fascinatingly poised, Charlie Baker.
It's quite interesting as well, Lars, in terms of that rotation for Newcastle, because it's been a mad march with lots of difficult games. And also, after that Barcelona game is the time where derby. So there's maybe a bit of rotation today because obviously their priority has to be to get past Barcelona. How are you feeling about Arsenal against Everton, Lars? Could this be a bit tricky for Arsenal?
I was
today?
thinking about that. So, off the top of your mind, I mean, you're probably looking at it right now, but I think a lot of people listening are maybe not aware of where Everton are in the table. Everton are 8th.
Yeah.
And they're 8th, and they're on 43 points. They're 1 point behind Brentford. They're actually just the 5 points behind Liverpool in 6th now, Everton, which is pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
All things considered. And someone put to me in the week, if it stays like this, if they end up in that sort of region, someone shouted David Moyes for manager of the season to me, and I immediately shut them down because I mean, come on, David Moyes manager of the season. This is like I made the joke. David Moyes for manager of the season and Harry Redknapp linked with the Spurs job. Did I fall asleep and wake up in 2010? Like what is happening here?
Yeah.
But I made a joke about it. But in the days since that, I've been thinking, you know what? Having this Everton squad in the top half is a heck of an achievement by David Moyes. Whatever you think of his record and whatever, it's really, really impressive. Now, you'd think Arsenal, they've been so professional, Arsenal. They're so steady at the back, all the things we've said 1,000 times before. You'd reckon they'd get it done at home. But you're expecting Everton to go there and be solid, to be organised. Maybe they are one of the teams that can stand up to Arsenal set pieces a little bit. They've got a lot of strong, big, tall guys there. I'm trying to talk myself into something here, but realistically, this does feel like an Arsenal 1-0 win, doesn't it? If we're being totally honest.
Lars, do you think Jordan Pickford gets the respect that he should, because he's never ever let England down? You know, we look at goalkeepers this week making all sorts of mistakes. He makes the odd mistake, of course he does, but I think he's so solid week in, week out, and he's a lot about Everton's success this season, I think.
So I think it's in an interesting spot, Pickford, and feel free to, as English people, feel free to shout me down. But as a foreigner, I kind of see England as one of these countries that have an incredible history of goalkeepers. If you go through the history of English football, you've always had great goalkeepers. And to the point where there's often been the case that you've had 1 or 2 goalkeepers who've not gotten a look in for England, and you just think, oh my God, like you'd be in most other countries in the world.
Yeah.
This has been slightly different this generation, though. I feel like we've had a generation of English players where there hasn't maybe been a sort of standout world-class goalkeeper. But Jordan Pickford has been, an undisputed number 1 in England for a very long time now. And you're right, he's not let England down. He tends to have like a couple of odd ones a season for Everton, but he's an incredible asset for them, and such a great reaction goalkeeper, and not bad with his feet either. So you're right, he's very good.
Lars, we know you're a Spurs fan. How much expected fun do you think there is in a
loads
dressing room?
There's no need for this. It's oh, okay.
I've got a feeling for a draw for them. I've got a feeling they're going to get a draw tomorrow.
What is that feeling based on?
That Liverpool have had a slightly shonky season as well. So it's sort of battle of the shonky and shonkier seasons.
Can I just read out a list of names at random here? So I've got a list of names here.
Out, is it?
Oh, I've got Joao Palinha, Mickey van der Ven, Christian Romero, Destiny Udogie, James Tam Madison, Darren Kulusevski, Mohamed Kudus, Ben Davis, Lucas Bergwall, Rodrigo Bentancur, and Wilson Odegaard. Those are the players who are set to miss out for Tottenham. That is an entire starting lineup, and you know what? It's quite a lot better than the starting lineup that's going to be starting at Liverpool, I think. Real bad, I think, for Tottenham. And the room, I mean, the word is they're already looking for options to Igor Tudor because he hasn't had any kind of impact. And I do think those scenes at the week were quite unedifying. Throwing the reserve goalkeeper in, and for him having that moment and not getting any kind of support from the manager, I thought was not very good. I don't see. I mean, I guess football throws up these results sometimes when everything is pointing to one thing, then just suddenly, randomly, something else happens. But you are going to Anfield with Radu Dragusin and Kevin Danso in defence, and it just doesn't feel very good for Spurs, I don't think.
Out of interest, out of all the other names that have been linked, because like you say, I mean, it does seem pretty desperate for Tudor. He could lose this game. That's 5 games on the bounce he's lost. Like you say, it's been what does Jason Gundy say? New manager trounce. Who out of some of the names that have cropped up, Lars, would you look at and think that's the man they need to target to get out of this mess?
So it's 9 games now. It's going to be 8 games left after this one, isn't it? And the only thing that matters is to grab a couple of results. And you do have, I mean, from the Spurs perspective, I don't think you're counting on anything here. And then there's the return leg against Atletico to do away with. But then you've got Forest, Sunderland, Brighton, and Wolves. And that is that run of 4 games where you've got to find something. Everything out the window. No other considerations. You just need someone to get in, get them organized, and just eke out a couple of wins from that run. Do you not think Sean Dyche could be a guy for that?
Yeah.
Like, I cannot believe I'm saying this out loud. Like the 18 months ago, me suggesting that I'd be on here shouting Sean Dyche for the Spurs job.
Yeah.
I would have.
I mean, it's Mike Bassett. Have you seen Mike Bassett? It's we're going to play,
Yeah.
gentlemen, we're going to play 4-4-2. You know,
And
it's basically that, isn't it?
Maybe this whole situation has driven me around the bend. This is, again, 2024, Lars, would have given myself a sharp slap around some kind of body part for even suggesting it. But you know what? I think it might be a good idea right now. I think it might be the
There's
way.
no time for snobbery, is there, Lars? Now
There
for
really
Spurs?
is not. Well, I would argue that Igor Tudor is not a snobbish appointment in any sense. He just seems like he just seems like he really doesn't want to be there.
He's not
And I
very
think-
bouncy, is he? Is the thing for the new
So
manager. Bounce.
I did an interview recently with a very experienced player and coach for something I'm working on who said, it's funny how when things are going badly, everyone thinks the solution is to get even more serious, to work even harder, to suffer more. Whereas the reality is when you're down there, you need to have fun. You need to find some kind of positivity again. And I've been thinking about that. And then I see the sort of interviews with Igor Tudor where he just seems to say everything is bad all the time. And I'm not sure this is what you need in the situation. Maybe Sean Dyche to come in and cheer them up.
Well, on that, let's have a quick listen to Igor Tudor. Here was his big rallying cry ahead of that game with Liverpool.
The bottle is always half empty or half full. So here there is nothing full. There is a lot of empty things. But difficult moments don't last for always, no? So it will be past. And I believe the players who will take this as a challenge, as an opportunity, who will stand up with the courage to change the things after this period, they will become better person and better players. So in tough moments, it's always about that. It's always about us. I listened the last period a lot of things about what is the club and the problems and no one can do nothing and this like victimism, you know, we like the victims. And I said this morning to the players, totally opposite things. We were the teams with the staff. I said it's all about us. All these other things are sorry to this word, you know, so it's on us.
Wow.
0.0 expected fun.
8-10-89. What did Igor Tudor say to the players?
I mean,
if you're saying to the players, it's all about us, and I gave the complete opposite. What did he say? Complete opposite advice to the players. Doesn't feel like a message is getting through there, Lars.
So trying to give him as much benefit of a doubt as humanly possible, because he has taken an absolute battering over the last few days.
Yeah.
The point he makes about how this sort of victimization mentality, you have to put that away and you just have to seize the moment yourself. Like, that's not wrong. That's clearly not wrong. But there's something about I'm hoping he's a little bit more upbeat when dealing with the players, maybe, because he seems very sad and the whole, the expected fun is low, is very low.
Lars, thank you very much indeed.
Brilliant, Lars.
For your time
Thank you
there.
so much, mate.
Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Bye.
Thanks very much indeed, Lars Sivits. And that was a look ahead to some of the players that we feel will be here for it and deliver this weekend with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination football on Talksport with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
it strange that we get 6 sides that every single English side went through? Newcastle were the only side that had to qualify via the playoff system.
Yeah.
But not one English side in the Premier League. And we like to think that we are. And I think there is a bit of arrogance. I do subscribe to that point of view. But is there something in the fact that maybe the Premier League is so demanding? So, for example, right, PSG this weekend have had their game cancelled to play Chelsea so that they have the rest between... They played last night, and the next time they're going to play is against Chelsea on Tuesday. Look, I don't see us turning it around at all, but we play Newcastle on Saturday. The league is demanding, or is that me just kind of making excuses for the Premier League?
No. Do you know what? Also, you got to look at this. So I understand what you're saying. You're not making excuses for the Premier League, but the Premier League might need to start working with the football clubs.
How's that going to work?
Well, Liga 1 done it. They moved games, cancelled the game to fit it into the PSG schedule to make it easier on the players.
Yeah, but here's the problem.
They want to retain the Champions League.
Yes.
It's a prestige trophy.
Of course.
So if your league has got that, so a team from your league has got the Champions League, it just makes you more prestige.
Here's the issue that's going to happen. Here's the problem, is that there have been examples of managers complaining, and I think some unfairly at times, about playing on a Wednesday and then playing on a Saturday 12:30 kickoff. Klopp famously done it at a fallout with one of the reporters. But you cannot show favouritism in England.
Hello and welcome to Talksport Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
You only do it once. It's fine, Olly. You're doing a really good job.
Thanks so much. Ryan says, I was once a substitute teacher for Charlie's class. He spent the entire lesson giving me a
Come on, Ryan, grow up. Goodness sake.
Mr. Peters there.
Grow up.
Ryan Peters.
Grow up, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for your text there. And we all believe it. This is the warm-up on TalkSport with Travis Perkins for the latest Big Trade deals. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Let's chat a bit of rugby, shall we?
Yeah, why not?
The final day of the Six Nations, which is very, very exciting indeed. Alfie Reynolds joins us, TalkSport's rugby reporter. How you doing, Alf?
Ollie, Charlie, how are you doing, boys?
Very good, Alfie. First question, would anyone go rugby union if you weren't allowed to drink? First question.
It's funny you asked that, because do you know what? The Stade de France only gets 6 events a year where they actually serve alcohol.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Oh, well, okay.
Wow. And this is a Guinness tent regular, Alfie Reynolds.
Ollie, I'm a total professional, you know that. Normally it's me trying to find you as you're running around Twickenham after games. But actually, just on that, to finish that story, this game tonight, France-England, is one of those games where the England fans are going to be able to get some alcohol. So there you go. That's maybe some sort of silver lining for England of what has otherwise been a pretty dismal Six Nations.
Yeah, it has. We'll get into that in just a moment. But it could be a massive day for Scotland, couldn't it? They play Ireland in the first game. And then it's going to be quite strange, isn't it? Because Scotland fans are going to have to support England a bit later on against France.
Yeah, potentially, exactly. So as you say, the Ireland-Scotland game kind of teases off, kicks things off. What a brilliant matchup, by the way. Scotland haven't won in 11 tests against Ireland. They've had a terrible record against them, but they've finally got themselves to the final weekend of a Six Nations where they are in with a shot of winning the title. And Ireland have had a funny old tournament. They were pretty poor against France on the opening weekend, and then actually they've done pretty well since then. They've won all of their matches, so that'll tee things up. And as you say, Scotland may be having to cheer on England in Paris later on.
Yeah, it felt like quite a transitional Six Nations to me, Alfie. Just the sort of people jockeying for position, players coming through or getting towards the end of their careers. It's felt like a movement situation.
Yeah, it's been a really... I think it's been a brilliant Six Nations in a lot of ways, because there's been so many upsets, so many unexpected results. Scotland, after the opening weekend, when they were pretty poor in defeat to Italy, you thought their championship was in ruins after one game, and now they find themselves on this final weekend, as we say, with a shot at the title. And England are the opposite of that. You thought they were going to be in with a shot at the title, and over the last 3 matches, they've lost all 3. They haven't performed that well. Everything's kind of fallen apart. So I think it's probably a Six Nations where we've seen that everyone is really bunched together. You look at the emergence of Italy beating England for the first time last week. That was a really significant result. You look at Scotland and the fact, as I say, this is the first time in Six Nations history that they've got to the final weekend with a shot at the title. Ireland, we feel like have dropped off a little bit, but they're still there or thereabouts. France, we thought would win a Grand Slam, but they did lose to Scotland. So I think everyone is quite densely packed together, which has made it really, really entertaining.
Where are you at with England, Alfie? Because it's a strange one. They went into this in unbelievable form, brilliant unbeaten run, and then, like you say, it's just been a complete collapse. How do you think people are feeling about Steve Borthwick at the moment?
Yeah, well, I think if you look at the fans and what they're asking for, it is almost unanimous as these sorts of things can be, that they want Steve Borthwick to lose his job. The noises at the moment is he's not going to, even if England were to lose tonight against France, which, let's be honest, we expect them to do. I wouldn't expect him to necessarily lose his job. I think they'll give him the summer when England play South Africa in Johannesburg. What a brutally tough match that is, by the way. Fiji at Everton's new stadium, and then they fly to Argentina to play Argentina. I think they will give him the summer, but the feeling amongst England fans is they want him out. Ollie, my feeling about this team is I'm scratching my head, to be totally honest with you. I was totally one of those people that ahead of this Six Nations, I didn't necessarily think England would be on for a Grand Slam on the final weekend, but I thought they would be involved in the title conversation. The way in which they have dropped off has been pretty extraordinary, really. So, yeah, there's a lot of soul searching, I think, going on amongst England fans at the moment. The players themselves have actually been pretty defiant in the face of all the criticism, and they think they're not that far away. It's hard to make that case based upon the performances.
Well, enjoy all of the games today, Alfie. Thank you very much indeed, Alfie.
Cheers, guys. Nice one.
In the French version of the Le Guinness tent.
Le Tent de Guinness.
Le Tent de Guinness. Yeah. Where do you think it will be as stinky as the Johnny? Never know. With Alfie in there.
Le Drink Noir.
Drink Noir. Yeah, that's where you'll find Alfie a bit later on, of course. This is the warm-up here on Talksport with with me, Olly Clink, alongside Charlie Baker. We're going to be looking at the betting next.
If you're taking out form right now, it has to be Harvey Barnes.
Yeah.
I mean, every time he steps on the pitch, I don't think he's going to score. He's so powerful and so quick. When he runs, it's almost like, oh my goodness, you're not catching him.
Yeah.
And that's where Thomas Tuchel, because I mentioned Barnes, Gordon, Rashford, Foden. You then got Palmer. I'm talking about attacking 10 attacking options.
Yeah.
You've got Palmer, Saka, Madueke, Bowen, Bellingham can play 10. Rodgers can play left.
Yeah.
I mean, there are going to be some big names on that list that don't go.
Yeah, but annoyingly, out of all of those players, none of them are really smashing it at the moment. Rogers maybe is doing pretty well. Bellingham's been out injured.
Yeah.
Nothing from Foden.
No,
Cole Palmer's gone a little bit cold.
Yeah. Saka's not, obviously the numbers haven't been there. Madueke's in and out. But,
isn't that bizarre? If we were doing this World Cup a year ago, we'd be buzzing with those players.
But, and as I said, Barnesy.
Barnesy, giving the old John Barnesy
Yeah, Harvey Barnes. He's, right now, he's probably in the best form out of all of them.
On the left-hand side, Rashford was on the bench last night, right?
Yeah.
Who starts for England on the left for you out of those two, Rashford and...
Oh, Rashford would be first, because Rashford for England's been good.
He does?
Yeah.
Does that matter? It's a good point you make. Does that matter? If you're really good for England, but you're not doing it at club level, and some players are like that...
Danny Welbeck was a prime example of that.
Okay. Does your league form matter too much when the manager knows when you put the English shirt on, you perform?
Yeah, I think for certain players, I think it does matter. Because, again, a prime example was the last Euros, not the one in Germany, the one before that, sorry.
Yeah.
Where we was all saying Sterling can't go, his form wasn't there, and he was our best player.
That's a great point.
But you know what Sterling's going to get experience. You know exactly that when it's the highest, he can step up.
Win a VIP trip to the British Grand Prix on Talksport.
Listen up, F1 fans. It's lights out and away we go. We're sending two of you to the British Grand Prix on Sunday, July the 5th, with the full Racing Green trackside experience. Lovely. Forget the general admission. Forget it. You're getting exclusive grandstand seats, plus inner track access to watch the drivers roll into the paddock. And we've got the whole day sorted with all-day street food, a fully open bar, a fully open bar, and more. It's the ultimate British Grand Prix, completely on us. Here's how to enter, Charlie.
For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or you can call 0343 418 7260. Lines closed 20th of March 2026 at 4 p.m. And that's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now. Nye. That's it.
Text that now. Right, let's look at the...
Text us now.
Text us now.
83338 now.
Through the British Grand Prix.
British Grand Prix.
Text us now.
Text it now.
Right, let's look at the latest ones ahead of today's action with William Hill.
In the Zone on Talksport. Brought to you by Final One Standing from William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Foul! Foul!
Not just anybody.
Foul!
You know I need someone.
Phelps!
Lee Phelps joins us.
I've spent the week with Lee. We've had a lovely week, haven't we, Lee?
We have had a lovely week at Cheltenham, haven't we? We haven't been in the Guinness.
No, not me. I can't drink it. Genuinely can't drink it. So everyone thinks I'm just drunk as it is, but I'm not. It's just my general vibe. But Lee, I saw Lee hosting a room. He was like a host with the most. It was like a young Bruce Forsyth in there. He was. It's nice to see you. Let's get some bets.
And that was after the fourth. Lee, let's start with that final one standing. I'm still in one of these, and there was quite a good week. I think it was last week where
you Clink, you're still in.
Still in.
Is he allowed to enter, Lee? Because he's counts as staff.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He could definitely have a go.
Sounds dodgy to me, that.
Oh, well, how can I guess the results?
Oh,
there you go.
Right, okay, get on with it. Ask Lee about the 3-game ACO and the 3 p.m.
What about the new game which starts today?
Yeah, 50k game, 50k jackpot. We've been running a load of 20k games. By the way, 2 of those that could go today. 3 people left in 2 of those 20k. In one of them, one person's gone Bournemouth to win at Burnley. It's been a tactic throughout this season.
Good shout.
Opposing Burnley. One's gone Fulham, which I'm not sure about that one, and one's gone Liverpool. And in the other game, one person's gone Man United, another one's gone Bournemouth, and one's gone Arsenal. I mean, kept Arsenal.
To have it left over, that's good, isn't it? Yeah, very good.
Yeah, the new game goes live 3 p.m, so you need to get your picks in. If you haven't played before, it's basically last man standing. Go to the William Hill app, final one standing, free to play. You pick a Premier League team to win. If they win, you go through. If they don't, you don't. And as Olly's found, if you stay in there, you get more and more of a chance. And this jackpot that's launching today, £50,000 to the winner. We've paid out nearly 1.5 million on final one standing in prizes already this season. So it's worth getting involved in.
Yeah, no doubt I'll be going crashing out today. What about the 3 o'clock games, Lee? Have you got a little accumulator for me?
Yeah, we've got the ACA boosting 4 picks to activate that. Then the more picks you put in there, the bigger the boost gets. I've gone with Bournemouth. I think they're odds on to win at Burnley. I think that's fair enough. Burnley, struggling. I mean, they're now, it's not much between them and Wolves as to who finishes bottom of the Premier League in the betting. Bournemouth 9 without a loss. Yeah, so I go Bournemouth in that one. Then I'm going down the divisions a little bit. I'm going to go Norwich. They're playing Preston, who've 1 win in 10. Preston's form's just disintegrated. I'm going to go Millwall, who've been the surprise package in the Championship this season. They're at home to Blackburn. And I'm going to go Barnet, who take on Newport, who are struggling to stay in the Football League. So Barnet should pick up the points there. So, yeah. So Bournemouth, Norwich, Millwall and Barnet for your ACCA. And then we've had a good week. I won't mince my words here. We have had a good week as a bookmaker at Cheltenham.
I saw Lee on. When did I see Lee? Thursday morning. He went, expecting me to go, well done.
Good.
Good. I'm thrilled for you, Lee. Thrilled for the bookies having a great time at Cheltenham.
So there were a lot of epic boosts during Cheltenham.
Epic boost.
Some of them did land for punters, but we've got more today. So we're going with an epic boost on every single Premier League game today. So we've got the 3 TV games tonight, haven't we? Which I know you guys have been talking about. Fascinating matches. I know you've asked a few of the guys like what they think of Everton, and I must admit I've been looking at them all week. They were 8-1.
Yeah, that's
early in the week.
Yeah, that's
15-2 now, so they've shortened a tiny bit. But look, Everton, not only are they a good away side, but they're only second to Arsenal in their away defensive record. So the second best defensive team away from home in the league, aside from Arsenal. I'm not saying they go there and win,
But I think, you have a look at it and think, I think it could be low scoring. Look, I think Lars said, no one's surprised if Arsenal win 1-0, but I think Everton can keep this tight. And because of such a big price, you get some interesting odds around scorers for Everton and shots on target. Dewsbury Hall to have a shot on target, for instance, is 2-1, and that's normally the price for someone to score a goal. So if you're an Everton fan and you're looking at a way into that game, that might be worth a look.
You won't have the odds because I've just made this bet up, Lee. But this is a good bet, isn't it? Arsenal, Everton, West Ham City, Spurs, Liverpool, Spurs, 3 draws. Oh, that's a good bet, Lee. I
think you're backing Spurs.
That's a good bet, Lee, isn't it?
What was the third?
Liverpool Spurs. 3 draws.
All 3 draws.
All 3 draws. That's a good bet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 100-1.
Yeah, easy money. Not easy money. Please be gamble aware.
Be gamble aware.
Absolutely, yeah, of course. Always gamble responsibly. In the other games, like I said, epic boost on all of these. The one that's caught my eye is Erling Haaland in the West Ham City game to score in that one. Even money. These are boosted from odds on. This one's even money. He hasn't scored more goals against any other club than West Ham in the Premier League. I think Leipzig he scored 12 in his career, but 11 against West Ham while he's been in the Premier League. So that's a decent epic boost there. Obviously, City desperate the points. So are West Ham as well. So there's plenty of epic boosts on your football. We've got more epic boosts on your racing as well. If you did take advantage of them at Cheltenham, Wellington Arch at Utox to the 150, second in this race last year off £12 lower. He won at the Entry Festival. He won the William Hill Hurdle at Newbury just over a month ago. So Wellington Arch is a subject to the epic boost there if you're looking for one in the racing. We've got price boosts on the Six Nations. A great fight tonight. Jazza Dickens versus Anthony the Apache Kakachi, best nickname in boxing.
Yeah, very good.
And price boost on all of those as well. So cracking day of sport. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be brilliant. Lee, thank you very much.
Well done, Lee.
Thank you, guys.
Whatever Lee's skincare regime is, it's brilliant, isn't he? Look at him.
It's the same. Did you see Amari Hutchinson, Charlie, talking about
his face? But you got to wear moisturiser. It's good for you.
I reckon Lee. Do you use the same face cream as Amari Hutchinson?
I can't reveal it.
What moisturiser do you use, Lee?
Ordinary.
Ordinary.
I've not heard of them.
Is that what it's called, or?
Yeah, that is literally what it's called. Do you know what it is? You guys know what it is. It's good lighting.
Good lighting, no, but you look great, Lee. Congratulations.
Well done, Lee. That was the latest odds brought to you by Final One Standing from William Hill.
He's 64 years old.
In the Zone on Talksport. Brought to you by Final One Standing from William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
On this week's Inside Liverpool, winger Jermain Pennant gave some of his own stats on Honestlot after hearing about the Dutchman winning 62 of those 100 in charge.
We've lost to Galatasaray twice without scoring a goal. They finished 20th in the league phase. We've lost both to Man City and Man United at Anfield. We've lost 4-1 to PSV. Then the next game after that, 3-0 to Forest at home, both games at Anfield. We failed to beat Leeds twice this season. We failed to beat all 3 promoted teams at Anfield. We've lost 3 times to Crystal Palace this season. Lost to Wolves, Brentford and Bournemouth away. Now, I don't know who you blame for that. I don't know if you blame the players or the manager, but hearing that is absolutely shocking. As current Premier League champions, that is dreadful.
Jermain Pennant there on Inside Reds. And if you want to watch the latest Inside series, all the episodes are available on TalkSport's YouTube channel. That's all thanks to BetMGM 18+, begambleaware.org.
Inside Series on Talksport with BetMGM. Watch the latest Inside Series episode live on Talksport's YouTube channel now. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Are those fair stats for Jermain Pennant to use in his argument against Arne Slot?
Well, they are facts, aren't they? So, and it depends on the standard which you judge Liverpool by, and them standards have certainly dropped a long way below what was set last season.
And welcome to Talksport Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it! We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Ryan says, Lee, I think you'll find the best nickname in boxing is Friday the 13th Ahanunya. Oh, that's good, actually.
Is that his name? Friday's his name, is it?
The 13th, yeah.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? Yeah.
My dad knew a guy called Mike Payne, and he was called Mike the Death Penalty Payne. And he lost every fight that he...
that was his...
That was it.
Not a very nice nickname, is it?
No. Well, I'm glad he lost every fight.
Who's your dad hanging around with, Ollie?
I know. You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
I don't want to know, no.
Honestly, yeah. Well,
What's happening now? What are we doing now?
Well, we are about to play an unbelievable game of Clinkity Clink. But before that, there are some huge games in the Championship.
Good news.
Middlesbrough taking on Bristol City. That game will be
Can we
live.
get the boring F1 turned off the telly then, please?
Talksport 2. Adam Bridge has the team news. Hi, Adam.
Slightly better than boring F1.
Yeah,
Borough were top of the Championship in mid-February. That was after 6 straight wins, but just 2 wins in their last 6 have left them 8 adrift of the champions-elect. Coventry and Millwall and Ipswich definitely breathing down their necks. Bristol City, meanwhile, who once occupied a playoff place, have slipped to 12th. They've lost their last 4 in a row in all competitions, including that cup defeat to Port Vale, but they have won 5 of their last 7 visits here to the sunny Riverside. Borough make 2 changes. Strelick and Whittaker replaced by Sarmiento and Brown. 4 changes for the Robins. Tanner is injured. Borges can't face his parent club. And Burt and Horvat are on the bench. In come Pring, Seitz, Armstrong and Randall, who returns from suspension. Big boxing Chris Owellamo is alongside me on Talksport 2. We're underway at 12:30, and if you're very lucky, like he did to me a few minutes ago, he'll let you feel his biceps.
He's fighting Lee Trundle, isn't he, Chris?
He is, yes, he's here. Actually, he'll talk about that. There we go.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, Chris. When are you fighting Lee Trundle? I think Lee's bitten off more than he can chew, if I'm honest.
I hope so. April 17th, I think it's on Talksport YouTube boxing channel as well. So, yes, I'm 4 weeks into a 9-week training camp at the minute, so the body's aching in places I didn't even know existed. So, all good.
This is Lee Trundle's walk-on music.
Regrets! Good luck to Lee.
Thank you.
Because I don't even think Chris needed the training programme. I think he'd be absolutely fine.
I can promise you, having felt those biceps, Lee Trundle, I'd run now.
Gentlemen, thanks very much indeed. You can listen to Middlesbrough against Bristol City over on Talksport 2. Coventry plays Southampton, so it's a big day in the early kickoffs at the top of the Championship. Anil Kandola has the team news for us.
Yes, and it's a very, very sunny day here in Coventry. The sun's out and the home fans are dreaming of Premier League football. But Southampton are also looking to keep the pressure on 6th place Wrexham after their win last night. As for the team news, it's 2 changes for league leaders Coventry from the team that beat Preston in midweek, as Josh Eccles comes in for Brandes Thomas Asante and star striker Haji Wright returns to the starting lineup for Ellis Sims. As for Southampton, the big team news, as expected, Leo Cienza is not in the squad after picking up a groin injury against West Brom in midweek, as Casper Yander takes his place. The Saints also bring Cam Bragg in for Shea Lacey and Carl Larin in for Ross Stewart. The Sky Blues are the runaway leaders of the Championship, having lost just once at home all season, but the Saints are unbeaten in their last 6 away fixtures. So whichever way you look at this one, it's almost certainly going to be a barnstormer. From a glorious day of sunshine here at the CBS Arena, it's Coventry versus Southampton.
Great stuff.
Top work, Anil.
lovely, Anil.
Right, it's time for this.
Clinkity clink, clinkity clink, clinkity clink, clinkity clink, clinkity clink, clinkity clink, clinkity clink,
Clinkity clink.
clinkity clink.
It's time for Clinkity Clink.
Yes.
Its debut, I think.
No, we've played it before, Ollie.
You played it without me.
No, we've played it with you. You've played this game. I think you thought you came up with it like, wow, I've come up with this great game. You didn't come up with
We
this.
were going to do the weakest clink.
The weakest clink. Then you couldn't be bothered. And then the other one.
And then I came up with one.
The other one, we're not allowed to say on air.
No, we're definitely not allowed to say that one. It's a good concept, though.
Great concept.
Reece Lock joins us. Our
hello,
host
Reece.
of Clinkity Clink. How you doing, Reece?
Good morning, guys. Very, very good, thank you.
Oh,
very,
good.
very good. We've got some famous footballing quotes, and all you need to do is fill in the clink. We start off with...
We've got to bring Anil back in. Hello, Anil.
Yes,
Anil's
Anil.
in. Yeah, at the,
Hello, yeah, I'm a little bit upset because I was promised the weakest clink, and that's what I've prepared for. So
Well,
I feel like I'm
I was looking
at a
forward
disadvantage
to us both voting Ollie off straight away, round 1.
Statistics.
I know, yeah.
Off his own quiz, we were going to vote Ollie off. It was going to be brilliant.
Oh, brilliant. So Anil is with us at the in the sunshine at the CBS Arena. Right, Reece, off we go.
Our first famous footballing quote comes from Jose Mourinho. He is a specialist in clink.
Failure.
Yes, 1-0 Charlie.
Charlie on fire.
Our second quote comes from Alex Ferguson. It's squeaky clink time.
Bum.
time.
I'm going to say Charlie there.
Bum.
There we go. That's 2-0
2-0.
Charlie.
2-0. Come on, lads.
Our third quote comes from the great Brian Clough. I wouldn't say I was the best manager in the business, but I was in the top.
One.
Charlie, one. Charlie running away
He's
with
raced into a lead. Anil, nowhere to be seen right now.
I hear him. Is his line gone down?
I'm on the back foot. I'm on the back foot a little bit.
He prepared for weakest clink, so yeah. He's in loads of trouble.
So Ollie can see Reece's.
I can see the answers.
He can see my eyes.
It's
For
ridiculous.
sportsmanship reasons, I'm sure he's
cheat,
looking.
Ollie, for goodness sake.
I mean, he's 3-0 down.
You
He
look,
might
he's
need
looking.
to
I can
start
see him
cheating.
looking.
down.
Right, go on.
Our fourth quote comes from Ian Rush. I couldn't settle in clink. It was like living in a foreign country.
Italy.
Italy is right, Charlie. That's 4.
My word.
They get slightly more difficult from here on in. We go back to Alex Ferguson. I think Clink may be one of the best players we've ever had, no matter where we play him.
Ooh. I mean, you can leave the quote there, to be fair. I mean,
Cantona.
Nope. Nope.
But.
Nope.
Oh my word.
Zaha.
Nope.
Neville.
Schmeichel.
No.
Beckham.
No.
Rooney.
No.
Van Nistelrooy.
No.
Can you read it again? Can you read it again?
No, it's the same.
Quote
Just
is,
a player,
I think
isn't it?
Clink may be one of the best players we've ever had, no matter where we play him.
Irwin.
No. To give it some context, this quote was from 2013.
Oh, that doesn't narrow it down for me. Okay.
Januzaj.
No.
Stam.
No.
I was trying to do
Welbeck.
players that he sacked. That's good.
I thought it must be.
Don't know. Move on.
Timed out. Anil literally.
The answer was Phil Jones.
Phil Jones.
That was my next guess.
Anil, come
Man
on.
United fan as well, Anil.
All had a chance there. Here we go. Keep moving on.
The next quote comes from Talksport's very own Stuart Pearce. I can see the clink at the end of the tunnel.
Train.
No.
Light.
No.
It's not going to be light, is it? Because
No.
that's the.
Light would have been the obvious answer.
Good guess, Anil.
I thought it was a
This is
double bluff.
Anil's first
I can
guess.
see the cloud.
No.
The bright.
No. It's fair to say he mixed his metaphors.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The stitch in time.
No.
That's not a metaphor. Is it?
I don't know. I'm out. I'm out.
Go on.
I can see the carrot at the end of the tunnel.
See the carrot. Very nice.
Go on, Stu.
Well done, Stuart.
Thought it was carrot. I thought it was carrot.
Oh,
Our next quote comes from former Arsenal.
It needs music under it. This, if I'm honest, this quiz, Ollie. You've
got any music?
You've not put it together very well.
Like I say, I prepare for the weakest Clink, much like a nil.
We don't want tension bed. We just want like a bit of good fun music of some sort.
Of some sort.
To really just lift it, because people are going to be turning off. There we are. Anyway,
Lucas Podolski
Oh, yeah.
said this: "Football is like chess, but without clink."
The pieces.
No.
Football's like chess.
Football is like chess, but without clink.
The dice.
Dice, yes, very good.
Yes.
Sean Dice.
Well done, a nil.
Very good.
A nil.
It's 3-1-0.
It's quite funny that instead of music, we've just got the hum at the CBS.
It's just the hum at the CBS.
Hum at the CBS. That's the music. That's the music.
I love that. The Atmos. Pre-match Atmos.
The Coventry hum.
What is it? 11:57. Come on, let's drag it out till 11:58. Why not?
Let's do it. Back to Brian Clough. If God had wanted us to play football in the sky, he'd have put clink up there.
Grass.
It is grass.
Bang. 4-1.
What an absolute disaster at my own game.
Awful at your own game.
Own game.
You've not thought it through. You've not come in with music for it or anything like that.
No, but the CBS.
Me and Reece. If me and Reece weren't here, this would be in the floor.
At least Anil's here. Carry on, Reece.
Anil's at least got one right.
I can still see the answers as well.
Yeah. And you can still see the answers. Well,
This next one comes from Gary Lineker. Football is a simple game. 22 men chase a ball for 90 minutes, and at the end, the clink.
Germans.
Wins. It is the Germans.
Well done.
And
tell you what, Max Rushton's looking great.
It's a good advert for Max.
Really good advert for Max Rushton this game.
But you can't play Rushton-y Rush. That's the problem.
His name hasn't. His
name has no. I've come up with three
Rushton,
different games.
Rushton goalies. I've pitched it before. Rushton goalies.
Rushton goalies.
Yeah.
But who was in goal is a great. Anyway,
yeah, it's a great game. I bet Max would get the music for that, wouldn't he?
It'd be great.
Oh,
If
he'd
we
sort
all
the
come in,
music
it'd be
out.
really well produced. Everything. Oh, come on.
Our next one is from Michael Owen. Blackburn have got 2 strikers on, and they're both playing clink.
Up front.
Yes.
Yes.
Come
on.
There it is.
Consolation. I read that one.
That's it.
Well done.
Well,
done, Reece.
thank goodness for Reece.
Well done, guys, with the
Well
music.
done, Neil. Enjoy the CBS Arena. I did a gig there once. Did not go well.
Did not go well. What did you do? Play Clinkity Clink?
Yeah, played
with no
Clinkity
music.
Clink. Did I have the music? It was a disaster. It went all right.
Should have gone for the weakest clink.
Yeah, should have played it.
Anil, thanks very much indeed. We'll be hearing from Anil. That is a big game in the Championship. Coventry against Southampton, and like we said, Middlesbrough against Bristol City is live on Talksport 2. You can download the app and swipe between the stations. Right, coming up in the next hour, we'll be putting our focus on Manchester City. Will their title challenge be over if they don't beat West Ham today?
Tottenham Hotspur have delayed season ticket renewals, which normally open by the 15th of March until the end of the season. A statement read this to season ticket holders yesterday: "We recognise the seriousness of the current league position, and following discussions with our fan advisory board and the Tottenham Hotspur Supporters Trust, we can confirm the renewal window for 2026-27 will now remain open for an extended period until Sunday, the 7th of June. And this is because, of course, relegation is a real threat now, and even the club are recognising that could be a possibility. This comes as TalkSport understands that Igor Tudor has already alienated much of the Spurs squad. His treatment of goalkeeper Antonin Kinski during Tuesday night's hammering at Atletico Madrid did not go down with the dressing room. First of all, Crook, why don't you tell us, because you're the inside man here, what you understand the state of play to be?
I think a lot of the senior Spurs players, if you like, already have big reservations about Igor Tudor and his man management, and those were only exasperated by what happened with Kinski. I thought it was quite pointed. Jed Spence was also not acknowledged by his manager when he went off and came back and made a very public display of shaking his hand. So I think this is an appointment that is unravelling very quickly. I believe that conversations have taken place already between Spurs and potential other managers. Sean Dyche has been mentioned in the last 72 hours or so, but I think he would want a long-term contract, not a deal until the end of the season. There was even talk of Ange Postecoglou possibly being asked to return. I don't think, having made inquiries this morning, that will happen. Ryan Mason as another interim for the third time is a possibility.
Monaco, Singapore, Las Vegas. What do they all have in common? Well, they're all F1 street circuits. 20 years ago, the sports only visited 3 a year. From 2026, there'll be 10, despite the actual racing often being worse. So why? Why are there so many street circuits? Cars racing past the Casino Monte Carlo is one of the iconic images in all of sport. But in the last few years, it's been joined in the Street Circuit Club by the dazzling Grand Prix on the Las Vegas Strip, in Miami, Azerbaijan and others. And there's no sign of the trend slowing down. The streets of Madrid have also gotten involved, and there are conversations about Grand Prix in the capitals of Thailand and Rwanda. But fitting them in means we said goodbye to classic circuits like Hockenheim and Imola, angering fans who are still packing out the European tracks like Spa, the Hungaroring and Monza. And these generally produce more wheel-to-wheel action than street circuits too. At Silverstone in 2025, there were a total of 26 on-track overtakes. At Monaco, 4. I'm an F1 enthusiast. Even I struggle with that. But it appears to be a good step. In 2025, there was a record 2.3 million strong viewership for the Monaco Grand Prix in the US alone. Meanwhile, for the British Grand Prix several weeks later, 1.5 million tuned in. So why are we seeing this drive towards street circuits? Well, no prizes for guessing. Money. Formula One demands a fee of between $20 and $60 million for the rights to even hold an event. In total, including sponsorships, it's believed officials in Saudi Arabia pay almost $100 million for their race. The huge fees are possible because of the street track's city centre locations, as people staying at hotels at inflated prices and tourist sites brimming with visitors mean the cities rake the cash back in when the race comes to town. So it makes financial sense for Formula One and the cities, but will it cost the sport in the long run if F1 races are too boring? After all, nothing beats the roar of an F1 car as it flies through the forests of Europe, or mechanics watching a storm coming across the humid Asian countryside. Take that away and, well, you may as well just watch American IndyCar.
La 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 la.
Do we sing this one?
You only do it once.
I'll get it right at some point. This is the warm-up on Talk.
Your show, Ollie. You do you.
With Travis Perkins doing what matters for the trade.
Say bowling Trav at that point if you want.
Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Earlier you were asked about whether if there was a supply teacher in when you were at school, you would start messing around. You've literally started...
It's a weak question.
Yeah. You started... you've got a lollipop out. Sweets in class.
I've got a lollipop. I was a little bit low blood sugar, and I thought, I know there's always sweets on the front desk, so I went and got a lolly on... Lolly Clink? What are we doing?
Lolly Clink? Are we doing that? Is that the new feature? Will that have music under
Lolly
it?
Clink is good.
Lolly Clink, yeah. Get what is it? Guess the flavour? So, I don't know. That'd be good on radio. That'd be great.
Suck this and guess the flavour. That's a whole other quiz. It's a whole other quiz.
Oh, my word. Let's look ahead to West Ham and their game against Manchester City because it is live on Talksport a bit later. 8 o'clock kickoff. They will know the result of Arsenal against Everton, and the Man City boss Pep Guardiola has been speaking ahead of the game and says they can't afford to drop any more points.
So now it's West Ham and I have to have time to think about it, and it's just to these kind of games I have to think to try to first score the goal to win the game, and after the game for many plans you have, it doesn't happen. It's play the game you have to play, and after the game will dictate you have chance or not. So it's difficult, yeah. Not much dollars on the bank, bet for us, I would say. So we'll see. We'll see on Tuesday. Now it's West Ham. That still I define the Premier League like it was the league as the most difficult title. So the Premier League always I believe is the most difficult one, and still we are there, knowing that if we drop points, we'll be over.
We're joined by actor and Man City fan Kel Spellman. Kel, I mean, do you go along with what Pep says there? He's right, isn't he? If you lose, and especially if Arsenal move 10 points clear before that, it's looking a bit tricky in that title race.
Yeah, great to be on with you, gents, as well.
Hey,
Thanks for having us.
You, mate, yeah.
I completely agree. I think, I can't really see Arsenal dropping any more points. I think they've been so consistent this season. And like you say, I think if we were to drop points again today after that Nottingham Forest result, it's hard to see a route back in. I still think it's going to be difficult as well. I mean, if we beat Palace, you beat Arsenal at the Etihad, which is a big if. You go to within a point. But even then, as I said, I just can't see Arsenal dropping points, really.
Cal, you've been on the buses when they've won when they've won the league. You've been there with the trophies and all that. What's the difference in vibe this season, do you think, in the team?
Well, I think we're still a team in transition, to be honest with you. I think obviously there was a lot of lessons learned last season. Obviously within the last 12 months, we brought in 9-10 players, a lot of them under the age of 25. So there's a new energy there, and there has been real excitement around the club and around the training pitches. I think what we're feeling is just that little bit of lack of, I guess, experience and the, the know-how, how to do it in these moments. But the only way you're going to learn that, even like we're playing Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, is by playing the games and going through these moments. And I actually think there's a lot of, hope and optimism for the future, because I think the squad now that we've got, I think the building blocks are there for us to really try and kick on over the next few seasons. And however it goes, I think it's going to be invaluable, the lessons that we learn this season for all them players.
Yeah, it was a bit of a pacing, wasn't it, at the Bernabeu? Do you feel that ties over?
They were really good, though.
They were very good.
Do you know what I mean? Everything went in for Real Madrid. They just sort of upped their level, and that competition belongs to them in many ways. So I don't think it's too bad a result, if I'm honest. Sorry.
No, and do you know what? I agree with Pep. In the first 15 minutes, them 3 chances that Doku puts across, if one of them goes in, the fans turn on them, you don't know. And we started well, but I think what you really felt, I literally chatted to my dad this morning about it. You even saw, you look at Gahey, who was coming like a Rolls Royce and won an FA Cup, but he gave away about 4 passes in the first 45 minutes. And I think that's where you see the levels and the pressure of that competition against that calibre of team. And again, Gahey, Semenyo, Kusanov, O'Reilly, Reinders. I don't think, Reinders maybe not, but they've not played that or felt that. So I think it was just that lack of, know-how and experience that would kind of cost us in that tie. And the emotions got the better of us.
Yeah, spot on.
How do you feel about the future of Pep as well, Kel? Kind of whatever happens this season. Do you feel like, if you do miss out on the title and you do miss out on the Champions League in particular, he'll want to finish on a high and maybe go again, or do you see him going in the summer? It's quite hard to read, isn't it?
It's really hard, gents. I mean, the City fan in me hopes he signs a 10-year contract like Erling Haaland, but I do think we know it's coming into an end. I do believe in my heart. I think he's got one more season in him. I do think he'll, I know the board and the hierarchy and the fans, we know how good and how instrumental he's been, so we won't be getting rid of him. I think he'll honour his contract, and I think then we'll be looking to do the transition. But one thing, I'll say is our board and Khaldoon, we won before Pep. I think City fans forget that. We won under Mancini, we won under Pellegrini, and I believe in the structure that's been built at the club. It is bigger than Pep, and will continue to win after that. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and look, we can't not mention it. There are 115 charges waiting to be answered, and maybe in 115 years' time we'll get an answer on that. But nobody knows if we're any closer to finding out about that. People ask me about that all the time, and I go, well, no one knows. There's no one. No. A lot of the time, when you work at Talksport, you'll get like a little heads up on, that'll come out soon, or don't worry about that. Nobody knows about the charges, do they, Kel?
No, and listen, but one thing I will say is, if you do actually read into it, the case that was brought forward was very, very dense. It wasn't just a few, like 10 charges or 15. It's 115 charges. That is a lot of paperwork and documents and back and forth that has to happen. So it's a monumental size case. I agree it's taken long, but I mean, all we can do is wait for the verdict. I think we can all try and guess. Yes, no, who knows? But we'll know whenever it lands. But you want it to happen sooner rather than later, because it's been hanging over the club's head for a while now,
How are you feeling about the game today, Kel? Because West Ham have got a battle on their hands. They seem to have found a bit of spirit and a bit of form too. But you've got the man who scores, heaps of goals against West Ham. And I know Haaland hasn't been in form, but what is it, 11 in 7 he's got? It's kind of the perfect game, isn't it, for him to bounce back to form?
Yeah, completely. And listen, West Ham have found a good bit of form at the right time in the season. I know, as you say, they need to win, but so do City. And I think one thing that we've always done well under Pep is we focus our attention on the next game. I think we'll probably see a little freshen up. You bring Núñez back in, Shirky maybe, Phil Foden, who, I think them two together can unlock any defence. And look, if you want to keep the pressure on Arsenal, I'm sure they'll do what they need to do. It's just go out there and win in any way, shape or form. But a couple goals for Haaland and a bit of momentum as well to maybe bring into that Madrid game on Tuesday.
Is that tie over? Do you have a bit of hope for that? Can they come back, do you think?
Oh, 100. Listen, of course. I think that's one thing that's, we've been built at the club is we always fancy we can do it. We get an early goal, I think anything could happen. Obviously, you don't really want to concede, but I can see a world in which we could score 3 goals and maybe take it to extra time, then who knows? But you've got to have hope, otherwise there's no point. If they'd got that 4th, I think it would have been done. Yeah. But the fact it's 3, there's a little glimmer there of summer, and maybe that save by Donnarumma and the penalty, we could look back on the go, and that was the turning point. You never know.
What are you up to at the moment, Kel? Anything exciting? Good, nothing? Sitting in your pants, watching Antiques Roadshow, what is it?
Yeah, a bit of that, bit of Dickinson's Real Deal, followed
lovely.
by Pointless in the Chase. But no, we're just wrapping up. I did finish a job called The Blame for ITV, which will be out, I think, just probably the back end of summer. So we're just kind of doing some final bits for that, and then we'll begin some press for that later on in the year. So that's coming out, and then just cracking away on a few other little charity bits as well, which has been, nice to put a bit of time and energy into at the start of the year. So, keeping busy enough, but a lot of time in the boxes, of course.
Sounds brilliant. Kel, thanks very much indeed, mate.
Thanks, Kel.
No worries. Charlie, great tash as well, by the way.
Thanks so much. As you're an actor, it's very good. People often ask me what am I doing at the moment because of the tash. Grow a moustache as an actor, Kel. People think you're always working. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to take a leaf out of your book and then I'll send the headshot to my agent.
What, Poirot or what?
I say I'm playing Sam Allardyce in the new musical Big Sam, the Bolton Years.
Oh, I can't wait for that. When's that out?
The song "A Pint of Wine" is it's absolutely beautiful. A pint of wine.
442. Great stuff. Kel, thanks very much.
I'm better than Bolton.
Top one, gents.
Cheers, Kel. Top man. Cheers, Kel. You will be cast in that as well. Chris, by the way, says he's got another Clink game. Collie Clink, guess the breed
by listening to the barks. The theme tune is "Who Let the Dogs Out."
Yeah,
so we can try that one.
Still, no one's guessed the other one we came up with, but you know,
81089 if you want to guess that. Right, in just a moment, we're going to be looking ahead to a massive day in the EFL. Plenty going on across the country, so we'll be chatting about that next.
Morning, guys.
Jermain.
Morning, Gav.
Jay,
Morning,
good
boss.
morning.
Morning, boss. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. All good.
Why are you not here, Jermain? I thought you would be with us today in the box, smelling amazing.
I might have to come down, actually. Looks like it's going to be fun. Nice day for it.
Yeah, great day.
Jump on the headache up day, you'll be fine, mate.
He's not a racing man, I don't think, is he?
Oh,
I'm not. The boss knows I'm not really, and he's getting involved in it, though.
Yeah.
Saying all the right
He's
things.
well behaved. Didn't come on a Tuesday when he was in on the Wednesday.
No.
Yeah, he was definitely there on a Tuesday.
We're the lads here. All got the helicopter here, didn't they?
Did they?
Tottenham, yeah. Yeah.
Jermain, it's good to have you on with this. Let's get your thoughts now on your former club. Shall we start with Spurs? It's a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's been a hard watch all season. To be honest, I think especially the other night I watched the game and yeah, it was just I think the manager's come in and he's in, especially in that game, he's decided to start a young goalkeeper in Kingsley, and I think I was surprised when he took him off. To be honest, I think when you have a young goalkeeper and you make that decision in such a game of that magnitude to start him, I think you've got to stay with him. I think what a young goalkeeper can gain from that sort of experience, even though it weren't going well, when he made the two big mistakes. But I think you've got to stay with him, and the fact that the manager decided to take him off and not really acknowledge him when he come off, it's. I just think that human side. I think you've got to manage that situation in the right way. It doesn't look good. I think try and get through half time and allow the senior players to get around him and help him in the second half. But to drag him off after the two mistakes, it was hard for me to see that, to be honest.
Hello and welcome to Talksport Goals. We've been taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it! We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology.
How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
Win a VIP trip to the British Grand Prix on Talksport.
Listen up, F1 fans. We're down to the final week. We want to send you and a mate to Silverstone on July the 5th for a British Grand Prix experience like no other. It's go, go, go. Forget general admission. We're putting you right in the heart of it with the full Racing Green trackside experience. You can experience the F1 in the best way possible. You're getting exclusive grandstand seats, inner track access to watch the drivers roll into the paddock as well. And we've got the whole day sorted with an all-day street food buffet and a fully open bar. Don't miss out. Here's how to enter.
For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 and then it goes to another page. Text £2.50 plus your standard network rate or call 0343 418 7260. Lines close 20th of March 2026 at 4 p.m. That's when you need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338.
Sounds like a brilliant day out, that, doesn't it?
Day out, that.
Yeah, there's plenty of...
Well, you have to get in and out of Silverstone, which is an absolute...
Is it? Is it?
As you get older...
Is it worse than Cheltenham?
You're a young man. As you get older, the things that put me off getting in and out of anything... I don't want to go Wembley anymore. It's so...
Would you
getting out of Wembley is the biggest ache in the whole of sport. Getting into Silverstone to make you go, I was driving in and out. I'm going to be sat in the car park for 4 hours.
But we'll have you sorted with free car parking.
Free car parking. Will they helicopter you in? That's what you want.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they actually do as well.
Think about Cheltenham. I would leave. I'd leave at about 4 o'clock, so everyone else was still there. I'd drive out the car park. Lovely.
So Cheltenham's fine. Silverstone disaster.
Cheltenham smelled of farts. Not all of it, bits of it.
Okay. And that was just the Talksport box.
Text in, I'll tell you what's wrong with every single sporting event. 81089.
There's plenty of EFL action today. Some big games, especially in the early kickoffs.
Oh, yeah. EFL's good. You can get into the EFL. It's good.
The EFL's fine. The EFL's fine. Yeah. Especially Torquay. Ben Fisher joins us.
They're not in the FL.
That's a good point. Ben Fisher joins us. How you doing, Ben?
Hello, Ben.
Hey chaps, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Thank
really
you.
good, thank you. Some big games in the early kickoffs, aren't there? Middlesbrough play Bristol City. It is live on Talksport 2 kickoff at 12:30, and then Coventry against Southampton. How are you feeling, firstly, about Borough at the moment? Because there are a couple of teams starting to breathe down their neck. Millwall in and around it, move within a point of them during the week. Obviously, then Borough managed to move. Did they move away from that? I know, maybe it is still a point. So, do you think they could be caught?
Well, I mean, I think Max asked me this question last week, and I was quite defiant that I fancied Borough to kind of ride out the storm. But as you say, deficit now just a point. It's a big one this afternoon. Obviously, early kickoff, they've got a chance to kind of set the tone almost for the rest of the weekend. Clearly, if they were to slip up at home to a Bristol City team whose season is fizzling out themselves, then that would open the door for Millwall to jump in and potentially go up into the automatic places for the first time. So, I think Borough will win today, but I equally think Mill will win. And then we're just in that kind of situation where week on week, it feels like the tension's building. And crucially, Mill will play Ipswich next weekend at the Den and then Middlesbrough. So it's a big couple of weeks.
I was at Millwall actually for their last game against Derby for Talksport, and it was an interesting game because I felt right at the end Derby did have their chances, but this Millwall side are so difficult to break down. They're so strong at the Den. It's the fact they've got Blackburn at the Den today, and then, like you say, they've got Ipswich to come. It's kind of a very crucial run of games for them, isn't it?
Yeah, and as you say, Ollie, they've got this really nice mix of, kind of guile, and maybe they're a bit more, they can play, they're a really good side under Alex Neil, who clearly we know knows the division really well, obviously spent a lot of time in it with Norwich. And yeah, he's just feels like he's onto a good thing. They're really organised, they're compact, as you say, they're hard to beat, they're hard to score against. They've got one of the best defences in the division, but they've got that bit of creativity and bit of spark in the final third. A couple of up-and-coming players who, if they were not to go up, you think, might have a crack in the Premier League anyway. People like Ivanovic up front, I really like.
Yeah, Millwall, there or thereabouts every single year, and you sort of think surely eventually they'll get it over the line. But I always think that about Bristol City, and then they always end up coming 12th. Down at the bottom, Oxford have rallied. West Brom have sort of rallied. It's going to be tight. A big team's going to go down, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Leicester and West Brom still really in big trouble. As you say, Oxford have had a brilliant couple of weeks. 3 wins in a row now under Matt Bloomfield, who's doing a really good job there. Got a big one this afternoon at home to Charlton, which feels like a good opportunity to make that 4 in a row. Charlton probably safe now after a good victory themselves in the week. they've got one of the division's worst away records. So Oxford, with a bit of momentum, you feel like they could get a big win. As you say, Leicester, West Brom down there, Pompey still don't look quite safe. And normally this time of the season, we're all very excited about the top 6, who's going to make it. It feels like there's normally sort of a dozen, 14 teams in the mix. But actually, it's really congested down the bottom. And that's where I think the real jeopardy is going to be in the coming weeks.
Talk to me about Cardiff in League One too, because they've just had one win in their last 4. They lost to Lincoln at home, and Lincoln are now top of the table, 4 points clear. I think they'd welcome a win, wouldn't they, Cardiff?
Yeah, they look like they were home and dry. As you say, 1 win in 4 now, and they need a result just to kind of calm things down. I thought that Lincoln would sort of take top spot from them in the manner they have done. Cardiff have slipped. Bolton are in form. They had that brilliant comeback win over Wickham. The gap is still sort of substantial, it feels like, at this time of the season. I think it's 7 or 8 points, but Cardiff need a win. They go to Exeter this afternoon. Hopefully they don't have any issues turning up at the right St James's Park like that Barcelona fan in the week, eh?
that was brilliant. Brilliant.
Poor guy. Imagine going to Exeter City.
Talk to me about Northampton as well, down at the bottom of League One. Obviously, they've parted company with Kevin Nolan, but they're only 3 points from safety, so it's definitely salvageable, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a weird one because Kevin Nolan did a brilliant job, and then the wheels have come off, and it feels like that time of the season where everybody's just panicking a bit. Northampton, obviously in League One, they got Burton this afternoon, who've had their own mini revival. I think that cup run did them the world of good. And then in League Two, we've seen plenty of changes as well. I think 3 sackings in the past week or so. Dino Mamry at Barrow's gone after just 28 days.
They've had 4 managers this season, 3 or 4 managers Barrow this season. I don't know what's going on there, but it seems a bit helter-skeltery.
Yeah, well, I think Mamria seemed a decent fit when he went in there after a period of time out. It felt like the right appointment for a club in, as you say, Charlie, in that kind of flux of just kept changing things, needed a bit of stability. Obviously hasn't worked. But yeah, everybody's panicking. And I think, Shrewsbury, I think we should sort of give them some flowers because I think they're probably the reason that all of these clubs are changing because they think, why can't we have a bit of that? So Gavin Cowan went in there. He's won 6 of his 7 matches in charge. When they took over, they were 2 points above the drop. Now 13 points clear. And if they were to beat Cheltenham today, they'd be closer to the playoffs, eh?
Yeah, and yet Andy Woodman continues strongly at the top with Bromley, brought them up from the National League, of course, and just turned them into a really solid club. And it looks like they're going to be League One. It's amazing.
Yeah, and obviously Andy Woodman, he was a goalkeeper coach, wasn't he?
Yeah, Gareth Southgate's best friend
at Newcastle. Yeah.
Yes, he was best man, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he's shown himself to be more than a goalkeeper coach, that's for sure. Done a brilliant job at Bromley. They really they look like they're going to go up, don't they? So yeah, kudos to him.
They'll go up.
Great stuff, Ben. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks.
There we go, Ben Fisher. Did you want to talk about Torquay at all, Charlie? I know it's a bit tricky at the moment.
Talk about Torquay all you like. I think people. Yeah. I think I've probably talked about Torquay enough on this show. We're expecting a new manager any minute. But Neil Warnock's in charge again today for the game at home v Chesham. My friend Alex Horn is on the directors board of Chesham. I've played there, playing a charity game there at the end of every season. We won last year. I play for Egg United.
Nice.
And it's a great club. If you can get along to Chesham, really good club. Great tea-bar. Best tea-bar in the country.
Best tea-bar in the entire country?
Absolutely. Brilliant cakes, all sorts of stuff.
How difficult is it to get out of Chesham United?
Easy peasy.
Is it
this
all
is
right?
the beauty of the National League South. At Boreham Wood, which is in National League and fighting for promotion, you can literally park you're probably closer to your car than you are the pitch.
Wow.
So
it's Wembley. Joke.
What a nightmare.
Can't get out.
Don't say joke like that. You sound like you're trying to go viral there, Ollie. Absolute joke.
Absolute joke. Absolute shambles.
Shamble. You know what I mean about Wembley, though?
Yeah.
For anything.
Even if...
For anything. For a concert, for a football match, anything at all. You can't get in or out.
So
terrible place for a national stadium. Should have been in the Midlands when they had the chance to rebuild it there, Ollie.
Yeah, well, 81089 on the
Shouldn't
text.
It, though?
Yeah. Get involved. Get involved right now. This is the
middle of the country. It's the countries. Why does it have to be London? Very London-centric, Ollie.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Charlie Baker slams.
Why does it have to be in the south? Dreadful.
Yeah. Charlie just trying to go viral there. You can
not trying to go viral, just telling the truth for the people.
Yeah, at Charlie Baker comedian. This is the warm up. Coming up next, we're going to chat a bit of West Ham.
No! 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 Yeah! No! What is that, man? What is that? Come on!
That is just so typical.
So nonsensical.
PSG 3, Chelsea 2, and goodness me, boys, you've shot yourselves in the foot.
What is that? What is that?
I said it. We said it. You bring in a keeper because he's good with his feet. But really and truly, is he that good with his feet? Watch this shambolic goal.
Reece James plays the ball back to Jorgensen, who tries to play out from the back, and he gets intercepted. It falls to a PSG player. And by the way, as well, when he gets worked to Vitinha, the goalkeeper's off his line. And that is some dinked finish, isn't it? But once again there, Kwaku, he's taking way too much time. And my goodness me, in a game of football where you're level at 2-2, possibly looking the better team, in a game of this magnitude, at this level, mistakes like that, Louis, are just completely unacceptable.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is why when people talk about keepers playing with the ball at their feet all the time and how it's a massive priority, yes, I appreciate the game is changing, but the priority for a goalkeeper is saving it.
There's also moments as well that I don't think they're clearly there. You had a PSG player coming from the left-hand side.
It's logical.
You could see ahead as well someone's being pressed. I'm with you. Playing out from the back is a part of football, but if you can see there's pressure on, there has to be a moment where you don't play out from the back and you just go long.
But this is the problem. There's this consistent need to always play out the back, always play out, always play out. Just this another problem with this Chelsea team, but also not just this Chelsea team, a lot of teams now, because there is so much pressure on playing out from the back, they make silly decisions like that all the time, and we're giving the ball away again.
Listen, you can never call anything in the Premier League at the moment.
How pivotal could this be in the title race for the Premier League? Manchester City 2, Nottingham Forest 2.
Pep Guardiola is absolutely going ballistic.
I can read the comments after Nottingham Forest all over you that everything is over.
Now they're trying to help it on. There is his hat-trick.
They've been taught a lesson tonight, Manchester City.
We'll now recover, go to London, West Ham, and with our people, we will try.
Jared Bowen, left-footed, he slides it into the corner, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way.
Fantastic for West Ham. They've got a good result. They've had great results recently, but they've still got a lot of yards to cover.
Whether it's Tottenham, whether it's Leeds, whether it's Nottingham Forest, or even anyone higher, I'm not worried about them. As long as we fight our way out of it, that's all I'm worried about.
So much still to be decided.
Big game tonight, live on Talksport. 8 o'clock kickoff. West Ham against Manchester City affects both ends of the table.
It does.
West Ham United currently in the bottom three.
Yeah, they got the momentum though, Ollie.
Only just.
West Ham, they're on the up.
They are on the up.
They've got a manager who's got revenge on his mind. They're going to do it.
He has. And also, I've noticed he's wearing his glasses more in press conferences.
That's
interesting. He looks like he's in the zone.
Okay.
I think.
Liam Rossini does that, doesn't he? He wears his frames to look a bit more grown up, I think.
More grown up, yeah, very true. Let's bring in Sam Delaney, journalist, author, broadcaster, West Ham United fan too. How you doing, Sam?
Hey, Sam.
Very well, thanks. How you doing, lads?
Yeah. Are you buying the glasses, Ollie's glasses theory at all, or?
Yeah, I do it too. It gives you a sort of a professorial look, which makes you feel the part, look the part, and I think it's a good spot by Ollie. I think that could be one of the things that have led to a quite uncanny turnaround in form since January.
Yeah, it's been incredible, really, hasn't it? And actually, I don't know what you think, Sam, but for me, I was at the game at Tottenham where West Ham won in the last minute. And for both clubs, that kind of felt like a big turning point. Huge 3 points for West Ham that drew them back into the battle, if you like. And Spurs at that time, I think, were 9 points clear. And now look at it, it's so tight down there.
Yeah, you're right. It was a turning point. I think the week before, we'd played QPR in the third round of the Cup. And we'd only scraped by with an injury time, with an extra time winner, and from that, and the following game was Spurs, and that last minute win it there. That was really in the moment in the season where fans and maybe the players and the coaching staff who had thought we were all but done over Christmas, saw a glimmer of hope. And since then, with each performance, there has been huge improvements in the attitude of the players, the performance of the players, the atmosphere in the ground. The fans are right behind them. Everything feels positive at West Ham at the moment, and it all started back in January. We made some good signings. They've all hit the ground running. They've all turned out to be very, very positive. But I think Nuno is working his magic that we've seen him do at other clubs. I think players seem to enjoy playing for him. There was players who were already in the team who were not doing very well in the first half of the season at all, who look like completely different players over the last few months. And I think he needed a couple of months to, get bedded in, work out what he wanted to do. And slowly they've all responded to him. We've got players who West Ham fans wanted out of the club. Players like Todibo, the French centre-back, who most West Ham fans were saying he's so bad and he seems to be a toxic presence. Let's actually just cancel his contract right off the 30 million quid and let him go. That was not a fringe point of view amongst West Ham fans. It was a popular one. He now looks absolutely brilliant. We wouldn't want to sell him to anyone for double that price in the summer. Somerville was a player who we'd seen glimmers of potential from, but he was frustrating a lot of fans because he lacked a final pass. He wasn't really making an impact in games. He kind of flattered to deceive. From that point in January onwards, for my money, he's the best winger in the league right now. If you look at his stats and his performances, unfortunately, he's out today with an injury. But the point is, Nuno has taken him from a player who looked like he had potential but could have been drifting into a player who looks like a serious impact player. He's scored in the majority of the games ever since January. Just keeps scoring, keeps picking up assists. He's overshadowing Bowen, who, of course, is our best player. He's overshadowed Bowen for the last few months. And there's other players, too, who've just come in and made such a difference. So we have momentum, we have confidence, and we are not scrapping for victories as much as we're outperforming a lot of teams. So after a really horrendous first half of the season, we're in the quarterfinals of the Cup, where we've caught, I think at one point there was a 14 gap with Tottenham, 14-point gap. We've caught them.
Yeah.
I think that, everything's in our favour at the moment. There's still, still a long way to go. I'm not going to sit here and say we're definitely safe, but it's hard not to feel positive at the moment.
You'll be able to tell me who it was against. I think a turning point for you was, I think it was in a cup game, and you scored a winner, and the place went absolutely mad. And I'd never heard the London Stadium go like that actually since you'd moved there. And it sort of erupted, and it was like, oh, this is a different energy that's going on. Who was that against? Remind me of that.
It might have been QPR in the we went to injury time.
Yeah, that was
it. It went to extra time. It was a tight, scruffy game, and again, I think it was Somerville kind of escaped down the wing.
Yeah.
Crossed it for Tati. Tati headed it in. It was a great kind of old-fashioned cross and header, and everyone went berserk.
Seemed to be an energy change then.
When they make our Great Escape documentary at the end of the season, I think there'll be that will be the bit where the editor kind of kicks the soundtrack in, and there is energy in the stadium. I've been going. Since this started, I've been on the road with West Ham a lot as well, all the away games, and home and away, the fans are really up for it, because I think it's just, there's so much frustration, not just the first half of this season, but for a few seasons now, even the tail end of the Moyes era. It's been such a horrible come down from our victory in Europe, and everything's been miserable and negative, and we were starting to feel it was going to be that way for years into the future. And the manager and the players have suddenly started to turn it around. And so it's almost like all this frustration and misery that had built up inside of the fan base is now all being released. And, everyone's just so happy.
Yeah.
Because we're not complacent. We don't think, we're definitely staying up. I don't think there's any West Ham fans saying that. But to be honest, it's just seeing players who are passionate and who are fighting and are putting effort in, and a coach who's got positive ideas. That's kind of all we want to see.
That's all you ever want as a fan, isn't it? That's exactly all you ever want.
It really is. And the London Stadium, none of us really like the London Stadium, but we did find during our European adventures a few years back that when it's a big game and the team are performing, we can still generate a fantastic atmosphere. And I definitely think it'll be like that tonight. 8 o'clock kickoff against Man City. I expect it to be rocking in the stadium tonight.
Sam, how are you feeling about the FA Cup run? Because it's Leeds at home up next. You could get to Wembley, but obviously with everything going on in the Premier League, it's tricky, isn't it? Because obviously you'd love that big day out at Wembley. You want to go as far as you can in the FA Cup, but in the back of your mind, you're thinking about that relegation battle.
That's true, but I think an FA Cup run, you just can't beat it, and I don't think there's any fan who's going to be wishing that we weren't in the position we're in. We've really had a great run already. We've built our confidence in each round. It was a great result against Brentford in the week. We're feeling confident. It'll be tough against Leeds, but to play them at home, there's some much harder draws we could have got. So everyone's feeling excited about that. A day out at Wembley is fantastic. My son's 14. He's a huge West Ham fan, but he's never watched them at Wembley before. So, the prospect of taking him along even for a semi-final. Yeah. And also, to be honest, the way West Ham feels at the moment, we're confident. We're not complacent. I'm not going to say, we'll beat City tonight. Of course, you don't ever expect much out of a game against City. And I don't think we're going to win all the games at the end of the season. But I think we're capable of taking people on. And I think we're capable of, the way the team are playing, I think we're capable of going to the cup final and staying up.
Yeah. Imagine that. We're winning the FA Cup and sending Spurs down. That's about as good as it gets.
Oh, don't. I'm trying not. Every West Ham fan listening has contemplated this and then tried to push it to the side of their head somewhat, because
it can't be that good.
It's too tantalising. It is too tantalising. And even better, Millwall might come up. And, that's what we all regard as a big derby upgrade. Yeah. That's a proper derby we've got ahead of us.
All the Metropolitan Police are desperate for that to happen.
I think the whole of London would be delighted. And if we send Tottenham down and then they get replaced by Millwall, everyone's happy.
Sam, thanks very much indeed, mate.
Cheers, Sam.
Nice one. Cheers, boys. Thanks.
There we go. Sam Delaney.
You should check out Sam's books as well. He writes really good books about men's mental health and men being men. He's a really good writer.
We should have mentioned to him that as much as he wants that day out at Wembley, nightmare getting out.
Nightmare getting out, Ollie. if you've got time to hang around and that sort of stuff, but a lot of people have to get home.
Leave on 70. Even if West Ham are...
I never leave early. I'm not that kind of guy, Ollie.
Fair enough. Talking of leaving early, there's always time for time difference.
There's
That's
always
next,
time.
On Talksport.
Just a quick word on some of the other stuff that's been doing the rounds this week. Eddie Hearn's been making more noises, discussing the prospect of AJ. We don't even know when he's going to come back and start fighting again, taking on Tyson Fury. I mean, is this just sort of like, I don't know, barroom talk, or is there real feeling behind it? Is there some substance behind the prospect of them meeting finally?
I think there's a real thirst for it from everybody involved in being able to make that fight. I think we will be a lot further down the line, obviously, if Anthony hadn't suffered the tragedy that he suffered at the back end of last year. And that's the main thing, really, for me. Him getting his head in the right space to compete, competing for the right reasons, getting himself to a place of peace. I know that he's never, ever going to get over what happened to him, but if he can get to a place of peace where he can get back in the ring, he can compete, and if he does want to do that again, then I think the obvious turn would be Tyson Fury. I think it would be really, really sad for this era of boxing and this era of boxing fan, and for both of these guys, because I think they'll look back in years gone after their career that they should have done it. I hope that they can get to a point where they do it, because I still think that it is the biggest fight for two British lads stepping in a British ring. Fingers crossed it happens on British soil, that we can get.
Right, final prediction before I let you go. Who sinks more pints of Guinness over the weekend? You in Dublin or Crookie this afternoon while he's watching the Gold Cup?
Oh, that's a killer, that. I think Crookie takes it all. I've been out with Crookie on a couple of occasions, mate, and he is a phenom, isn't he? He knows what he's doing when it comes to sinking pints.
Hello and welcome to Talksport Goals. We're taking you through what should be another busy day of football.
Chance to win it!
We don't need to do that, guys.
I'm going to owe you an apology. How would you get to that conclusion?
That's a weak mentality.
Oh, get out of it.
This is the warm-up here on Talksport with me, Olly, Clink, alongside Charlie Baker. Adrian Durham is on the way with Round the Grounds from 1 o'clock. Let's get an update from the game going on in the Championship. Coventry against Southampton and El Candola.
where it's Coventry 0, Southampton 0. In the first minute, we almost saw a real scare for the home side. Finn Azaz for Southampton found himself one-on-one with Carl Rushworth, but he was just offside. And in terms of Southampton, on the 9th minute, they had a really big chance for Carl Larin. The ball came in from a corner, and his shot went just wide from 5 yards out. His head was in his hands, and rightly so. It was a big opportunity. But since then, Coventry have grown into the game. They're looking for direct balls into Hadji Wright, and Brandon Thomas Asante on this left-hand side is always looking dangerous. It's been a lively start, and as you can tell, both sides will do their best for 3 points, but we're still waiting for that breakthrough. 20 minutes gone here at the CBS Arena, where it's Coventry 0, Southampton 0.
It's also currently goalless between Middlesbrough and Bristol City. 2 big games at the top of the table. That game is live on Talksport 2 right now. And don't forget, Jazza Dickens against Anthony Kakache for the WBA World Super Featherweight title is live on Talksport and the Talksport Boxing YouTube channel tonight. Right now, it's time for this. Always time.
It's always time for time difference.
Always time for time difference. Let's introduce your host for time difference, Reece Locke. How you doing, Reece?
Hello, Reece.
All good, guys. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Better than you were an hour ago, or worse?
I reckon about the same.
Okay, just that average.
I reckon we're about the same. Yeah.
Okay, don't knock the lock.
Nope. So it's time for time difference. We go for good goals from this week's Talksport coverage of the football. And joining me doing the important work is Jeff Peters.
Oh, lovely. Hello,
Hi, Jeff.
As was proved on the birthday spread this week of the T20, you definitely need somebody to keep scoring.
What a mess that was, Jeff. Without Jeff, honestly, Jeff gets pelters every week. To quote Alan.
From you.
From you. Not from me. I'm very respectful of you, Jeff. Very respectful of you all the time. And this week we tried to play the birthday spread without Jeff. A mess.
Really?
So I'm here to keep score, and there's always time for time difference. You can tell Max is not here because Ollie's hit the break on time. So here we go.
I'm not having it. I'm going to stand up for my friend.
Shade from the brilliant Jeff Peters.
Where is Jeff?
But the thing is,
where are you, Jeff?
I am at Leicester City Football Club.
Oh yeah,
but also Jeff does it from everywhere.
I've heard that reason. I've heard that rumour.
The last time I was on with Jeff, he was in Mexico. Right. Anyway, Reece, let's go.
Stop messing about.
While we've got some
There's always time for a holiday.
There's always time for Mexico, Jeff.
Our first goal comes from Monday night's FA Cup coverage as West Ham beat Brentford on penalties. But can you tell me what minute Jared Bowen opened the scoring for the Hammers? We'll start with Charlie.
No.
No, that's it.
I mean, have a guess anyway.
What's the game?
West Ham, Brentford, Monday night, West Ham.
Oh, yeah. West Ham, Brentford, Monday night. Pens. Ollie, the thing is, Ollie's like an actual commentator, does updates from the games.
So it's going to be embarrassing.
Flannel.
Sounds like excuses to me.
Come on, Charlie.
35th minute.
Ollie?
I'm going to go 27.
Let's hear how the goal sounded.
It's down by Soucek, poked in by Bowen. It's 1-0 West Ham United.
The answer is 19 minutes.
Oh, what a start.
That's embarrassing for Baker.
Serious journo.
So Ollie was 8 minutes out on that one, and Charlie was 16 minutes out to it.
Sure.
Ollie 8, Charlie 16.
Sure.
Baker in trouble already. Should we do the next goal?
Yes, we should. Our second goal comes from Tuesday evening as Atletico Madrid beat Spurs 5-2 live on Talksport. Can you tell me what minute Robin Lenormand put Atleti 4-0 up in the game? Let's see you, Ollie, first.
I think it
You're
was
Mars.
the 21st minute.
Charlie?
Didn't they go 3-0 up or 4-0 up?
They went 3-0 then.
I was sat in a restaurant for this game with Andy Jacobs and Paul Hawksby, and Andy Jacobs kept going, and there's been a goal. Because Paul had no reception on his phone. So Andy Jacobs just kept announcing the score in the style of Adrian Durham.
Wow.
What did you say?
I said 21st minute.
Okay, 23rd minute.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Bundled in for Ford, surely got over the line. The assistant referee says yes and signals the goal.
The 22nd minute.
Oh, could have got it back there. Could have gone back to 0-0.
No, you were both a minute out on that one. So Ollie's on to 9 and Charlie on 17.
Lovely stuff.
Okay,
Great game.
Let's go.
Good game, isn't it?
Third goal, also from Tuesday evening's Champions League coverage on Talksport. We go to Newcastle 1, Barcelona 1, reports of which you heard on the main station. But can you tell me what minute Harvey Barnes put Newcastle 1-0 up, Charlie?
I can't, though. Harvey Barnes in the 29th minute.
Ollie.
Well, this is a home question. Of
Yeah,
course.
this is a.
This is a home
time to
question.
talk
Unfairness,
score.
yeah.
Let's do that.
Am I right in saying if I get a direct hit, it goes to 0-0?
No, only if you were behind.
If you were behind, it would be.
Okay, so 86th, I think.
Oh, no.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Newcastle 1, Barcelona
Late like that,
1.
was
It's
it?
Harvey Barnes, great cross from Jacob Murphy.
It was the 86th minute.
Get in.
So
that's a shame.
Ollie stays on 9. Charlie
Who
hang on,
put this together,
my
though?
fingers and toes.
Yeah.
So Charlie 57
Null and
minutes
void.
out
The
on
game's
that.
null and void. You
Moves
can't- you
on to
shouldn't-
74.
You're
So
not
it's
allowed your
9
own
plays
team.
74,
You
2
battered
to
me
go,
at Clinkity Clink
and
earlier,
it's
so-
Ollie to go first
Not
on
allowed
the
your
last
own
one.
team.
He's floundering as well.
The next one, Forest 0, FC Midtjylland 1 from Thursday evening. But can you tell me what minute Cho put the Danish side up at Nottingham Forest? Ollie.
80th minute.
Charlie.
79th minute.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Joe with the header. He's beaten the goalkeeper, and Midtjylland have stolen the lead.
It was the 80th minute, yeah.
Two direct hits for
This is a
Clink.
stain on the game, this game.
He stays on 9.
It
Charlie
doesn't count.
Stays on
It's gonna be
75.
scrapped from the record books.
So the gap is
it's too easy.
Yeah, pointless.
You
With
got a
one
hard
to
one,
go,
Liz.
and it's Ollie to go
it's
first
not worth
on the
playing,
last
is
one.
it? Because it's like
Well, you
saying,
might get a direct hit, Charlie.
You might.
And take it back to 0-0.
You might.
when did Lucas Coverland score a header?
Final goal, Wrexham 2, Swansea 0, live on Talksport 2. 1 minute did Cullen's own goal seal the points for Wrexham last night?
67.
Charlie?
68.
Let's hear how it sounded.
Really good delivery, and it's bounced in. Callum Doyle is claiming it. The last touch may have been off a Swansea player. It won't matter to Wrexham.
It was the 88th minute.
Yeah, sure. Do you know what? It's nice to hear about Wrexham, isn't it? You don't hear much about them.
No, you don't know. Hollywood
under the
Wrexham.
radar.
Yeah,
So Ollie wins. Ollie beats Charlie, and it's been another fantastic waste of
The best
10
thing
minutes.
about it, Jeff, has been being able to speak to you. So thank you very much.
Jeff, you're a legend. Thank you, mate. Thanks
Cheers,
very
guys.
much, Jeff. Thanks very much, Reese. Thanks
Cheers,
very much,
guys.
Charlie.
Charlie, I've loved it.
This has been the warm-up on Talksport with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Adrian's next.
In the past 10 years, on only one occasion has a side been on fewer points than Arsenal at this stage of the season. Leicester City, 63 points at this stage. Arsenal leading the Premier League on 67. Liverpool were also on